Grab your fence and down the stairs. It's time for old games in the basement. I trip down memory lane. It's all getting... Dude! What? Seriously? We're doing this again?
Yeah, we're gonna do it again.
We're doing this again.
Number 2, baby.
We're doing this again.
No, guys. Hold on. It's the song number 2, the Boogaloo.
No. We've been over this. I'm the song guy.
Yeah.
I sing the song.
And I sing with you because fuck you.
No, you don't.
Guys, real talk.
What?
Why can't we be friends?
God damn it! I will drop the hammer on you again.
It's time for old games in the basement!
Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah!
Laundry day!
You know, honestly, I'm surprised we didn't have to deal with Uncle Hank today.
Hey, every once in a while we get a break.
Yeah.
Well, I think after last time, that date, he's worn out.
Did you hear what you're talking about? Oh, you had it! Why did someone have to say it?
Well,
he brought it up.
I will admit it was my fault for bringing it up, but it's also your fault for setting this all up next to his bedroom.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is.
You kind of fucked up on that one.
Luckily for you kids, Auntie Judith gave me some pills, so I'm gonna sleep this one off.
Yeah.
Alright, fine.
You do that, man.
You do that.
Please.
So fucking this
You're looking kind of rough.
This season fucking sucks. Okay?
Rougher than normal.
Hey, just drink lots of fluids, okay? We'll try to keep it down for you.
Hank, one quick question.
No, we're gonna be loud.
Hey, just one quick question. One last quick question for you, Hank.
What do you want, skinny boy?
Did you drink some water today, you stupid bitch?
I invented water.
You know what he really needs? Some of that good old desire water.
Oh, desire.
Hey, drink it.
Don't mind my
I'm close and personal next to the camera. You gotta drink it.
This is brought to you by Desire Water, liquid of the gods.
Insert 70s sex music.
Good hydration.
That's some good shit.
Good drinking.
Such good shit.
Good shit.
Made by 100% Oregonian purified water.
Drop that water in my room when you're done with the show.
Okay,
Bye.
see you, Uncle Hank.
Bye.
See you, Uncle
Uncle
Hank.
Hank.
Bye.
So,
Okay.
since apparently someone wanted to start a fight,
Yeah. Nope. Yeah. And what am I gonna do?
Actually,
gonna do?
I think that makes a good point for the subject of this episode.
Wait. I have to do my advertisement.
Fine.
You get 1 minute.
One
Go.
minute.
Actually,
If you don't mind, before
you
just
go
a little
ahead.
time out real quick.
Yeah.
For when Quentin speaks, Ross might want to hand your mic over to him.
Okay.
Because I don't know if he might actually peek into anyone else. If he,
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Don't forget, that is not cute. This is our special guest today, the legit motherfucker. Say hello.
well, thank you. Well, hi, my name is Mighty Quinn. I'm actually a podcaster on Facebook, so after this video, I'm gonna give these kids the description down below to show you guys where I'm at. So.
all right, sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
We like having a little crossover action.
I can't wait to watch that
This is
later.
the sexiest crossover I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean,
surrounded by all these men, I'm surprised nobody's
we got
giving me
a
all this
sexy
testosterone,
person,
right?
we got a sexy person over here full of ducks.
Yes.
now,
Hey, Chris, can you give me a minute and a half on timer?
Look at that.
there's my phone.
Gentlemen, look at the ducks.
Yes.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of ducks.
Well, I already have a bag of ducks in the bag.
I don't have
So
any.
just
I
be
don't
fair.
have enough ducks to give.
Enough ducks fucking suck.
How much time you banking, dude?
I said a minute and a half.
You
Minute
did.
and a half?
Minute and a
Let's
half.
roll.
And go!
Alright, so today's webtoon that I'm advertising is The Dungeon Cleaning Life of a Once Genius Hunter. In which basically... Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, so you just want to be a jackass for no reason?
Yes,
You're just
yes,
like,
I do.
hey, let's ruin
Please
Sin's
proceed.
time. Anyways, so yeah, The Dungeon Cleaning Life of a Once Genius Hunter. Basically, it's a revenge story.
Nice.
But on yourself.
That is a mouthful of a title, though.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
So
though.
basically-
That's nothing new.
It's because of my mouth.
The concept is this guy used to be the S-class hunter in the world. Like everyone would suck his dick, like the floor off his feet. Yes, that's the one. And so he dies.
Aww.
He dies during the hardest job. But right before he died, he was being a pompous asshole, a pretentious prick. Yes.
Why are you fucking pointing at me?
I'm pointing at
So, in other words, he deserved it.
Sort of, more or less. Anyways, but no, so he dies, and then he gets reincarnated as a completely different person. Like everything in history.
Well,
is
yeah,
exactly.
that's usually how reincarnation works.
Yeah.
that sounds about
No,
right.
no. It's the same world he lived in all his life. Just he didn't exist. Someone else did. So now he's stuck back at level 1, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the last guy he treated like utter shit. He's the boss. So basically, he's like, I'm gonna fuck that guy up. Because actually, that guy did like fuck him over right before he died too. So yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
So think Prince and the Pauper, but with powers and you know like one of them is the Pauper's evil. That's the best way to
all
call
right, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
it. Yeah,
Neat.
Interesting.
yeah. And I'm done. How much time do I got?
Well, with the interruption, unfortunately, it did cost a little bit more, but about 1 minute,
Minus
47 seconds.
my epic burp.
Your epic burp. Let's call it that. That's a Tuesday for you.
I mean,
Okay,
Yeah.
What
wait.
else is new?
Oh, Sam needs time.
Yeah, I need 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay.
Okay, you get your 1 minute. And now.
Okay. So about Sparkster.
God damn
That's
Okay.
it. That good grief. It's a running gag.
Okay. Restart that bit for him.
Okay, real talk though. I don't know if you've brought this up, but this is one called Shotgun Boy. That's literally a prequel to the franchise. Well,
So
a
you're saying someone
fan-made
else-
prequel to Sweet Home. You know, the fucking Japanese horror thing.
That became Resident Evil.
Where it gave Resident Evil the inspiration more than likely.
But you know, I know.
Yeah, exactly. The NES game for that pretty much started the whole thing. It wasn't like the pioneer, but it's what made survival horror. It is what it is. So literally, Shotgun Boy is literally about this bully that gets bullied like so fucking hard, and when they finally go on this trip on an island. These mutated BOWs that still think and talk like humans, but they pretend to be gods, going around fucking killing everyone. So for a whole fucking night, everyone has to survive, while he somehow finds a shotgun that's loaded with shells that are specifically designed to kill these things.
How convenient.
Sounds like you on a Wednesday.
Wow.
Whoa, hey.
Right,
And you're out of time, buddy.
oh wait, one more thing.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
The series is over, so if you want to read from start to finish, be my guest.
All right.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay, so you only 10 seconds over. That's fast. That's fast.
I'll allow it.
And speaking of Resident Evil,
Nah.
we're going to definitely be talking about
More than likely.
PS1 era games like that on this episode.
Wait, are we?
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny you should mention that because someone wanted to start a fight earlier.
Yes,
so
I
I
did.
do believe, gentlemen,
It is war.
the conflict has begun anew. This is the Console War 2.
It's time for a death battle. Oh wait, sorry, wrong.
This is not Death Battle,
Sorry,
man.
He said wrong show. He said wrong show.
And let us hope that
I got caught in the
combat.
moment.
This is Old Games in
Apparently.
the Basement Console Wars Part 2.
Where when we have a fight, we actually try to make it fair and actually valid.
Yeah.
Hey, not to throw the racism card, but
Wait. Someone put a mic
that's-
to Quinn.
Hold on a second.
I was about to say, sheesh, not that
Okay.
you know, and the cliche here, but you know what happens with sequels? They enter a black person. What?
They're not wrong.
Well, you also got to remember, keep it fair, honest, and off of Grant's top 5 rated bullshit because he wants to play superior
And
race.
also, we're not a 1980s slasher, so the black guy doesn't die first, even though I always
Or a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
But my theory is the black guy always dies first because the black
As
guy.
long as the movie
And when it comes to horror slashers, the black guy dies first because the black guy is the smartest one in the room.
and yet
This
the
is,
black guy, if the black guy lives in Dawn of the Dead, fucking fight me.
I mean,
Actually, and I just realized in some sci-fi movies, like sci-fi horror, Alien, technically the black guy is the guy that dies last. Parker is the
Hey,
last kill.
wait. Since you're talking about science fiction movies, let's talk Sega Saturn.
Hey!
Another console that came out.
Segway!
Oh, with the PlayStation.
Yes.
And does anyone remember that announcement when it first happened?
Yes,
Did you?
that was...
$9.99.
You know what? Before we talk about PlayStation, let's talk about Sega Saturn. Get that out of the way, right? Let's and then we rate our opinion on the Saturn. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
to me.
I want Sam to start with the Saturn.
Well, actually, first question: who among in this room? Show of hands. Have you played the Saturn or have got
Have
experience?
played it?
I've got it
but
right
barely.
here.
Okay, so a good few of us.
Okay, so you want me to start off? Okay, fine. Here's my experience. Not a fucking thing. Next.
So hold on. This might be one of the few times in my entire life where Sam and I actually have something in common.
Hold on.
Wait.
Wait, I can easily fix that. Pull your pants down. We can test this.
Not on camera.
Don't worry, our editor is still
I
on it.
Amazon will see it, but
It's not like you'll see anything anyways.
Okay, so.
But let's moving on.
Okay.
All right, Ross, you go.
I've played a few things, but my experience mostly with Saturn is the awesome commercials.
Yes.
Sure.
It's one of the best video game mascots.
Sega
People say we need to praise Optimus Prime for our sins. Nah, that was Segata Sanshiro.
Dude, just roll up.
The only man that can actually put up a fight with Chuck Norris.
And not only put up a fight, he actually wins.
Yes.
No, that hasn't been proven yet.
I'm putting my money on Sanjuro.
I mean, so am I, but it still hasn't been proven yet.
Chuck Norris is maybe good, but Chuck Norris hasn't saved the world.
All right,
Unlike
okay,
Segata
so-
Sanshiro.
But you haven't played a lot of the games, correct?
I play a little bit.
Okay.
I know he has, but mostly he's done the arcade stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So okay, what would you say is your favorite game that is specifically on the Saturn?
Night into Dreams.
Okay, that's good.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
Not only was it a cool game, it came with its own special controller.
We did. The 3D one.
That is
The
true.
round one.
I should
Which I
have
have
a
one of
3D
those.
controller around here somewhere.
It's over.
Wait, hold up. Can I revert back to Sega Saturn? That was Sonic CD, correct?
No,
That is the Sega CD, actually.
Okay, never
No,
mind.
you're thinking Sonic Knuckles Chaotix.
That was 32X, but we're getting off track.
It's still Sega, but yes, we're badgering with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was going to throw something out there, but never mind.
That's, yep.
Yeah. All right.
Legit one.
Pass the mic over to Q. Q, what's your history with the Saturn?
Oh my! Like mostly I've always been an arcade gamer, like for many years, and like some of the arcade ports came to the Saturn, like to most respects, like Virtual Cop or Mortal Kombat 2. Like a lot of the games like came out from the arcade ports I enjoyed like the best. And going back to Virtual Cop, I mean that was like probably one of the most profound games I played of all time, because like I mean like back then I actually wanted to be a cop, so I always played Virtual Cop. Like every time we went to see a movie like at Super Cinemas, like back in the day.
Oh dear Lord! You just made me feel old.
Yeah, like,
I remember!
Just make all of us feel old. I remember Super Saiyan.
Okay, Grant, shut the fuck up. Sorry, Q.
So yeah, but Virtual Cop has, especially that arcade port was just flawless. When I played it, and with the other two, I mean, I'm also making out to mention like Virtua Fighter. Also been avid fighting game fan. So So
I mean,
and the last one, and call it underrated. What was it? Sonic 3D Blast.
Okay.
alright.
Yeah, that was a Saturn port.
The
Yep.
best version of that. Like,
You
I
are
was about
correct.
to say, I didn't know that was a Sega Saturn because I literally played it on the Genesis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a Saturn port of it.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
And-
better music and
Yes,
stuff.
funny enough, Virtua Fighter 2 was also a Genesis port when it was on Saturn.
Yeah, but it wasn't really the actual game.
The game was a shit regardless.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
I
move
will, make,
over to Kel.
I will make one quick point for Virtua Fighter.
All right.
Wolf was the best.
That's fair. All right, Kelly. What's your history with Saturn, if at all?
No, I already told you. Sam and I actually have the one thing in common. My experience with the Saturn is on the 1 to 10 scale is a hefty jack point shit.
That's unfortunate. What? Okay, so
Remember, that point shit is very crucial.
well, then, based on the design of the Saturn, what would you give that then? What would you rate that out of most older consoles?
It looks like a bigger, blockier N64.
It looks like a prototype of an Xbox.
This is the Model 2, I believe, because there was a couple different models.
Yeah, there was.
It's like what would happen if the N64 did
And
the
the Sega
fusion
Genesis.
did a fusion dance with the VCR?
Wait! I got the answer. Jaguar.
The Jaguar?
Ooh.
That's only if it fucks up.
No,
yes.
I'm sorry, the Jaguar looked like a toilet, especially when you added the CD part to it.
That's my point.
All right. So Grant, let's get to your parts about the Saturn.
So I didn't really play much Saturn growing up as a kid. I only actually just recently bought it a few years back. I wouldn't say I'm like a master or have like a ton of experience. Yeah, I played Nights into Dreams. I did play a bunch of other games. If I had to say what my favorite game on the system is, that's a tough question, but I just like to throw out that there's a great game, Japan only, called Bulk Slash. Kelly, you would like this one. It's a mecha fighting game. It's like 2D sprite in a 3D environment. You basically fuck shit up. It's great. It's a lot of fun. They just made an English patch of it, actually.
So
the fan community.
So what you're saying is you get in a giant robot and just run around and break stuff?
So
Absolutely.
So yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, you would like
I
it.
would
So
like
what more
to.
do you want?
wait, let me get this straight. It's Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, but with Gundam.
Not at all. It's more of like an actual action game. You're in a mecha. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if it's my favorite game on the system, but it's up there, and it's one game that I don't see talked about all that much.
That's fair.
So-
I'm imagining super virtual along with that.
I'll show you this game later, guys. I guess for now, let's move on to Chris here.
Alright, Chris, what's your history?
Well, my very first time ever playing in the Sega Saturn was at a Toys R Us kiosk, and surprisingly,
Ow, my neck.
Yeah.
Is that neck pain talking about?
I am glad I make you feel old, you guys.
Hold on a second. I
What
gotta
did he talk
pop
about?
my neck just for thinking
No,
about that.
Bill,
There we go.
yes, Toys R Us.
Please.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
See,
Thankfully, I didn't have to
thing.
raise my neck that high.
It was the same. It was the same thing for me, except it was Walmart, not.
no,
Toys R
no,
Us.
seriously.
No,
Like, if you
I
wanted to
know.
avoid that, this was me. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You-
Okay,
Badger,
maybe you
Badger.
guys going forward, if you're gonna say something, raise your hand first.
Boys,
Yeah.
boys, okay,
Hey,
so
yes, teacher. Anything for you, teacher.
I got it there,
So,
got it
boys-
there, got it there.
okay, I'm gonna make a drinking game of our own podcast. Whenever we mention our neck hurts because of kiosk, you take 10 shots.
10?
10.
Fucking
5.
Hey, I already talked about Super Saiyan, so we might as well start from there.
Like,
I love this shit we do.
Anyways, let's reel it back in. Let's reel it back
What were
in.
you saying, Chris?
Go.
Yeah. The game that was in that kiosk was actually Sonic R.
Of course we gotta mention that.
Yep.
I was holding you on to that, but okay.
Now,
You just don't like me, do you? You're just upset with me. What did I do to hurt you? I am sorry, okay?
No, he's not.
No,
You
it's
drank
not.
his desire, or
No,
that's
it's
what
not.
you
You
did.
liked it.
I asked first.
there was actually one time I did, thanks with the help of my step grandfather, we did actually rent a Sega Saturn from Blockbuster, and one of the one game I actually wanted to play at the time was the arcade port of X-Men: Children of the Atom. What started the whole Marvel Capcom versus series?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
X-Men vs. Street Fighter was the best one.
Funny enough, I'm actually holding that in my hands. Which I'll get to that one in a minute.
I remember playing that at Nickel.
Sometime after getting the PS1, I did eventually get a Sega Saturn officially, which came with 3 games: Virtua Fighter 2, Virtual Cop, and Daytona.
Wait.
One.
Game over, yeah!
I had to do that.
No, that's fine.
No, that's fair.
Game over, yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, most of the games that were put on the PS1 were also on the Saturn, so I got to experience a little bit of some of their differences. It's tough for me to say which game I would prefer on the Saturn over PlayStation a little bit, but if I had to say one that was better on the Sega Saturn over the PlayStation, and just off the top of my head, was Mega Man 8.
Is somebody cooking a pizza? I swear to Christ, I smell a pizza somewhere.
Why do you have to make it sound like an emergency, though?
Alright, because pizza is an
Like,
emergency.
I literally went on alert. Just
Now, in case anyone asks me why would Mega Man 8 disappear on the Saturn, it includes a little bonus mode that you can actually access some additional artwork submitted by fans or Capcom,
Nice.
as well as a music and sound test. Was not present at all in the PS1,
Alright.
and an option to view the cinematic scenes at will if you wanted to.
Nice.
Plus, 2 exclusive bosses. They brought back Cutman, in which that one's an optional fight, and Woodman, that one's a mandatory fight.
Nice.
Probably one of my favorite
And
theme stages.
maybe it's me, but I swear to God, they've had to mess with the sound effects and the music just so, no. They did switch out a couple of the music tracks a little bit. I remember that.
But overall, the Saturn version is superior in your opinion?
Yeah. Would I say Mega Man is my number 1? I don't think so. To me, the Saturn
What?
I know.
Something Mega Man related ain't your favorite?
The gas.
Here's one thing I've always
Gas
referred to as the
Spanish.
Saturn. the fighting game machine.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
It had some great arcade ports for sure.
Yeah, like Virtual On was mentioned. I never knew that Virtual On got a Sega Saturn port until I was at our home convention at Bandit Marathon, and someone was selling a Japanese port of Virtual On, which I did buy, by the way.
Nice
Even though the
controller
only
port
proper
too.
way to play Virtual On is in the arcade.
Yes.
With-
And there is actually controller ports to try to replicate it, which I have not acquired
But it's
yet.
not the same.
It really isn't the same as the full twin
Like you
stick
need
action.
you need the big seat with the joysticks right there and everything.
It just feels so right.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's like trying to play Steel Battalion without the giant controllers.
Word.
But yeah, overall thoughts on the Saturn?
Not quite done yet.
Oh, okay.
Since,
One last
unlike,
question.
since I noticed you also got the action replay on there.
Yep.
Here's one thing some people might not know. Hopefully some of y'all do, maybe some don't. You can actually play some Japanese imports with the Sega Saturn
You
if
can.
you got the action replay card attached
That's why
to
I
it.
got it. Yep.
Okay. When I bought mine, I knew my immediate first two choices. The ports of X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter.
Nice.
Hopefully some of y'all know that these games did actually get a PlayStation port,
Yep.
but here was the problem. Because of the PlayStation's limitations, it could not replicate the full
Make sure the
arcade
camera
experience.
sees.
Bam.
Yep.
The people can watch.
Yeah. X-Men vs. Street Fighter and Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter PlayStation versions, they don't have the capabilities to run at the full strength and
Because
capacity.
they have the RAM card. That you
That's
can add.
correct.
Yep.
Because if you all remember, when it came to the PlayStation ports, they had to take out the one mechanic that made these games very popular.
I gotta
The
do it. I gotta do it.
the two-person tag mechanic.
No, I gotta
wait,
do it,
oh,
Chris, because you said capability. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. You know who does have the capability? You're fired!
Fired.
Get out.
Get out.
No,
You
Be
take
gone.
You take that bullshit and you fuck off in the direction of Fuck Off Mountain and you build a permanent residence there and then I'll just blow up the house.
And take Kelly with you because he doesn't like wolf children.
No, we do not get to drag that back in.
Hey, yeah, this man don't like wolf children.
What a great movie. How do you not like
It's
Wolf
so boring.
You're boring. You don't see us complaining about it.
Yes, you do. Don't lie.
Not in front of your face.
Okay.
Reel it back in.
But really,
Okay.
Well,
Run it back.
as far as favorites go, I'm gonna give this one a tie to either X-Men and Children of the Atom or The House of the Dead for the Sega Saturn.
Nice. House of the Dead.
Now, granted, for The House of the Dead, it's not gonna be exactly arcade perfect quality-wise, but I still love it regardless.
They fucked up the remake.
I have not played Remake
I haven't
yet.
played that either.
And just the reviews alone was just enough for me.
You know something, Sam? You and I should actually play that and stream it. So, well, that way, let's
Bet.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Done.
On one condition,
What's the condition?
I get the red gun.
Player one, you got it.
Okay. Just so I could say, say hello to my red rocket.
And
Get out.
And we're done.
Yeah,
moving
that's
on.
all. I've said my piece with the Saturn at the moment.
Yeah, okay, so...
Cena, I think it's finally your turn.
Once upon a time, a neighbor of mine back in the day over when I used to live in Kuwait, he had a Sega Saturn, we'd actually play with it. I miss him. He died in the last earthquake. That sucks.
Aw.
That's
Anyways,
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Up in the chat, boys.
I don't mean to cut that sad story off, but were you trying to do a fucking Phil from Hercules?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
No, what was it called? So, rip for my buddy, guys. Anyways,
After the chat.
yeah, but no,
Press F.
yeah. So the 3 games I'm just going to mention, I'm not going to go into detail except for the last one. The 3 games I would always play on the Sega Saturn was the first Rayman game, because that was good shit back then. Then you got Sonic Jam, and then you got the best one, which is Sonic R.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Well, of course I'm going to bring it up, you dumb shit!
I mean, it makes perfect sense to do so.
I've said it before, I'm saying it again. There is nothing wrong with the controls. Just get good at drifting.
Exactly. And also, it's like a, 26-year-old game now?
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly.
It's high time that somebody actually knew how to fucking play it right.
And maybe one of the shortest games on the Saturn, but heck, it's still good to play.
And,
It's fun.
Again, just the soundtrack's all I need.
Yeah.
Yes.
We could go into detail, but we're under a time constraint, so we're going to save Sonic R discussion for a future episode. Or maybe I'll actually play it in time.
Maybe.
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 But,
Maybe.
Sonic Racing. Okay, I'm
Try to
done.
keep your feet
But now-
right on the ground.
yes, but anyway, I if you are finished with your piece.
Oh no, I'm not done. I got 25 more minutes like Chris did. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Oh.
So let's go on to the next console, which is the Nintendo 64.
One of the last. One of the last.
Of course, they had to pull that one.
The last day of the Stop.
All
Wait, no, hold on.
I'm so
Hold
glad
on.
Keith is right there. He can take
Hold
care of this
on.
whole scene for us.
He kind of stopped. He kind of broke the train on that one.
I break everything.
No, you silence.
That
Whatever is
That is
wrong
not
with
Super
you, silence.
I think I really broke the train on this one.
Whatever is wrong with you is no little thing. You need help.
I mean, I have been told it's no little thing. and I take
Onagai
pride in that.
San-chan.
As Michael Jordan I will make this quick point. Sam, Michael Jordan once said, "Stop it. Get
No.
some help."
No.
Now, Kelly, I have given this boy exorcisms. I have given him shock therapy. I have given him better medication. There's no saving that.
Real talk, Ritalin is the shit.
Are you fiddling with your Ritalin?
Jar.
Where
Where the fuck is the jar?
Wasn't that like a bar?
There it is.
Okay.
I saw
Alright.
it from somewhere. That wasn't my joke, so.
It's.
So you even stole a joke that still sucks.
Yeah.
Jar. That's even more of a jar.
Okay,
But moving on, we're done.
Let's get to the topic now.
Yes.
Who wants to start off with the N64?
Oh.
Okay, apparently he does.
Looks like we got Kelly.
The hand has been raised.
So, some of my
And I'm done. Okay, let's go over to Ross.
I will send you to Jesus.
Give it a try, bitch. Okay, finish your story. I apologize.
No, you don't.
I do.
Go on. Proceed. Please.
You done?
I'm sorry. I was responding to Ross being a douchebag.
You
saying-
done?
I am done.
You done?
I didn't even say anything this time. Shh. He's like, wow, he's actually got a point.
No, I was just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Now we're just going.
Proceed, please.
I'll be right back, but I'll hear everything. Here, hold this for me.
Yes. So, some of my... You good?
Yeah, I was just coughing.
You may continue, please.
I was just coughing.
Some of my earliest memories and some of my favorite memories of gaming come from the N64. I used to go over to my buddy's place, him and his brother. They had an N64, and we would do all-night marathon sessions. You know, we'd go 5, 6 in the morning. We'd crash for a few hours, wake up at 10, and then just go
Right back at it.
right back at it. And we played them all. We played Smash Brothers, Star Fox 64, Super Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer,
Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows of the Empire, Rogue Squadron. We even had that pretty decent Formula 1 Grand Prix game that they had.
I have
It's like we would just go. We had freaking Tetrasphere.
Nice.
I have a fun bit about Episode 1 Racer.
We even had that. I don't even remember the title of this game. All I remember is you played as a little freaking unicycle robot that could pick things up with a flashlight attached to his head. I don't even know what that game was called.
I do.
Is that Rocket Robot on Wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea.
That's exactly what it was fucking called.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
well,
did.
we had that. See, I didn't even remember because it's been so long since I played that game. It's like literally all I could remember is little unicycle robot that runs around picking up stuff with a flashlight on his head. That's literally my only memories of that game because it's been so long. But yeah, I loved the N64. Anytime I had a chance to play, I freaking played it. It got to the point where me and my buddies, we would actually try to speed run Star Fox 64, and we would time each other to see how quickly we could get through it, and we got pretty good. I think. I don't know if this is a verified record or
That's
anything,
probably why you're smelling pizza. It's the Pringles.
but
Probably.
I think my personal best time to get through all 7 stages was I think I beat it in like 35 minutes, maybe less.
Can I ask a question on top of that? Did you guys pick specific stages to go for that route, or just anything?
So we never had a set order. we all had our own personal preferences for what our preferred routes were. My preferred route would be Corneria, Sector Y, Aquas, Zonus, Macbeth, Bolsa Station, Venom, Easy Mode.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like a
Because
good...
I like the giant robot fight. I don't care if it's not the real Andros. I like the giant robot mini boss fight.
No, actually, to be fair, that does seem like the best preferred route.
Yeah.
And was it Star Fox with the SNES or the 64 that had the giant casino slot machine boss?
Oh, I think that would be the
That was
secret
Super
boss of the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally have-
Well, I just can remember it was for 64 SNES.
I personally have not experienced that yet,
I've seen
but
a
I
video
want
of
to
it.
attempt it.
Have
So-
fun. I heard it's a pain in the ass to get there.
And of course, pretty much any racing game on the N64 we tried. You know, I mentioned Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I mentioned the Formula 1 game, which I was the only person who could figure out the controls. They were just like, we're pushing the buttons, but nothing's happening. It's just like, no, you gotta push this button. Why do I keep not going off course? Because you have to use the brakes, stupid.
You silly.
But, you know, we also had Mario Kart 64, and we had Diddy Kong Racing, too.
Oh.
Racing.
Honestly,
Which was always a good time.
Yes.
and honestly, in certain ways, Diddy Kong is superior to Mario Kart.
I would
I
agree.
agree. I
No, I
agree.
would
To
agree.
s- Yeah, I agree. To some degree, it is.
But fuck WizPig.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a
fucking
cheaty.
WizPig.
That's
Which-
a cheaty
Which
bastard.
was
Which you can find out more with when you listen to our racing games episode.
Yeah.
which
No,
was
just,
big
no,
race
just
week?
fuck every single boss. They fucking cheap shot and get ready.
But
And then they just fucking go ahead.
Mostly WizPig did that.
Which race wig does it pick? First one or the second one?
Second.
Yes.
Second was worse. But both.
Okay, good enough.
So yeah, those would probably be some of my favorite N64 moments.
Those are good moments. I like that.
All
All
right.
right, which way we
Well,
rotate?
Wait.
I can go next.
Okay, you can go next.
What's he
We have a
gonna say?
volunteer.
Alright,
There you go.
So we're talking about 64 stuff?
And that's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Alright, so imagine 1998. You're coming home from a summer camp, and you just didn't know, you were just putting your luggage away, and lo and behold, right next to your Fisher Price 3-in-1 pool set, you see a Nintendo 64 with Mortal Kombat 4 sitting right there in the system.
Oh man, MK4.
I mean,
Wow.
like, puberty was already starting with me, and it just got me hard. Like, as soon as I looked at it. Like,
That's a mood.
and,
Total mood.
and all I did is, like, as soon as I got home and saw that game, I just literally was stuck on that TV for hours. I mean, fuck the Hot Pockets, fuck the Fagos. And, you know, I just literally went go for broke with Liu Kang for 4 hours.
Good.
Okay, because you said Mortal Kombat at 4, and because it was on the PlayStation, would you mind if I tried to
No.
mouth off the
Go ahead,
intro if I
please.
got it for word?
Please.
Go for it.
Balls. The thundering sound of the mallet.
Oh, that.
The crushing blow of the club.
Yes.
The slashing edge of the blade.
Penis.
I was gonna say slash.
They call to you.
Like that commercial was beyond fire. Like
Crossfire! Sorry.
I
We'll
will
talk about
slam you
that
into the wall. I will not hesitate. Do you hear me? I will come over there. I will pick you up. I will pick you up,
Okay,
buddy.
yeah, we're.
I will slap your clothes backwards like crisscross.
Oh gosh.
But anyway, going
I
back.
could not help myself but do
Let's
that.
see, please. Thanks.
The shut the fuck hammer has spoken.
All right.
Alright, so anyway, yeah, like my mom came home like around 9 p.m. and she still saw me just try to beat Goro on freaking very hard mode.
Ooh, so you went balls to the wall.
I went straight savage.
Okay, you masochist
Yeah, so my mom was
hurt you?
my mom just straight turned it off
himself.
and told me to go to bed. I was crying. like a
Go the fuck to bed.
right, like my bed was like literally behind me. It was like, come on.
And you don't mess with black mothers.
No.
They will not hesitate to
Yeah.
slap the ever loving hell out of you.
The flip flop
But it
of
was,
doom.
but,
No, that's Mexicans.
but at the same time, it was a school night, so I had to understand that point.
Okay,
but
fine.
nevertheless, also like when, but at the same time, like I said, you know, always been an arcade gamer, always been a fighting game fan. So when I got to know some of the games that came out, started like, what was the first catalog I looked at? JC5. fucking penny. Just open the book and just look at every video
The
game.
true Santa Claus book.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Look at every video game catalog they had around that time, and with those 2 years, I stuck with mostly a lot of multiplayer games. You know, it would be Smash Bros. It would be WCW versus NWO.
Oh.
You just tugged the heartstrings of a lot of wrestling fans.
Like,
Boom! Right here.
Like-
WCW NWO Revenge, man.
Like it was also like Top Gear Rally, which is one of my favorite racing games. It would be Wave Race. It would be 1080 snowboarding. It would be. It would even go as far as WWF No Mercy.
Ooh.
Like
Damn, you are really fucking giving him a choke right now.
WWF No Mercy, probably the best wrestling game on the 64 library.
Bargain.
Period.
Quinn,
Yes.
I almost forgot. The special blue cartridge Hydro Thunder.
hey, Quinn,
It was right. Yes.
I love you. I really do. But I can see his chode because you're making him happy, okay?
Did
can
you
see
not
past
just?
the
Did I
hammer.
I'm
not
a
just
just
mention it?
I'm getting so hard there's a hole in my crotch.
Oh, you too?
So yeah, so around that time, multiplayer was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the biggest smokes I remember, especially back then, especially when Madden football came out, like when it was actually reasonable to play.
Well, yeah, I mean, which did you
so-
prefer? Did you prefer Madden or NFL Blitz?
I was more of an arcade gamer, so definitely.
I was definitely a best man.
Blitz was better.
But
I mean,
I
plus you
think
could throw the
one of the
quarterback.
fondest memories,
Exactly.
especially in the hood, GoldenEye.
Oh yeah.
GoldenEye,
I mean, that just goes without saying.
it's like it's either men or GoldenEye. And anyway, even a jock
No,
would
it was
kick
like
your
that in the
ass.
trailer. It was like that when I was a kid in the trailer parks. It was GoldenEye.
Yeah,
I mean,
so yeah.
especially once you unlocked paintball mode, and that was just hysterical. You just see an explosion of rainbow ink over the
Oh,
walls.
and,
Especially when you're
and
in
I will
your
say
CP9.
this on that video and this video. Fuck, odd job.
No, I mean that's a rule. It's a rule
It is
in
a rule,
multiplayer. You cannot use oddjob.
Even the devs have since confirmed Oddjob is cheating.
Yeah.
I take it that overpowered.
He's so short.
No, he's
you
just
can't
short.
aim to hit him.
You can't. He's hard to aim. You can't hit it. Even slappers don't work on that thing.
Nope.
Should have been like your sniper was going to work while I was talking about wrestling games just now.
Okay.
Yeah, moving on.
But thank you.
Well, then again, for the times I played GoldenEye with some of my family members, I don't think that was ever a rule. Or maybe it was, maybe I'm forgetting about it.
As long as I played,
No,
that's
it was-
always
it
been a
was
rule.
one of
That
those-
was the rule for me too.
It wasn't like a rule. It was definitely a lot of house rules.
It was one of the unwritten rules.
It was like one of those things. Like if you choose that person, if they don't know it, let them off with a pass one time.
If they're not
or
aware-
you're just gonna do this.
Of course, I mean, I know
You
it's
give
more
them the
than cool
withering
because
blade.
I was always one of the coolest guys, Boris.
Boris.
Why?
See-
He's invincible.
See, if I wasn't one of the Bonds, my go-to baddie is always Jaws.
Ooh, high five.
Yeah. And then outside of Bond movies, he was almost my favorite character in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Is your ball?
So we're gonna get canceled for this, but I have to say this. GoldenEye is overrated as fuck.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. But you cannot deny it was a trailblazer for the FPS genre.
It was
Wait,
At
wait,
its time.
Wait,
yes.
I'm gonna have to share some of that fucking Napa Ray Blast Piccolo fucking saving Gohan right there. I never played GoldenEye. I never played any of the GoldenEye games.
That's
whatsoever.
fine. That's
That's
fine.
fine.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. No, like.
Alright, so first of all, who hurt you?
Well, let's see. Let me start naming some people.
It's why we'll be here all night if you do that.
Okay. No, like honestly, people are always like, I remember back in the day playing GoldenEye. Those were on the couch with my friends. Those were the greatest days ever. Yeah, no, me and my friends never liked playing GoldenEye. We were like, this game
Because he had some
sucks.
shitty friends.
No,
Yeah,
we just
shitty friends.
We just didn't like GoldenEye. We all thought it sucked.
And there was better shooters out there. Like,
There were.
Turok.
yeah, sure.
No, so
Yeah.
I'll talk about that way as much.
Yes, wait till it's your turn.
Yes, but no, just in general though, there were better shooters even before GoldenEye. But GoldenEye, like I will give GoldenEye this credit, it did get a lot of people into the shooter genre.
Yeah,
I
so
think also the mission-based structure was pretty innovative for the time.
it was all right. I can easily say that. Yes.
And can we say it's one of the few movie licensed games that's actually halfway
Oh, yeah.
decent?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Can't say that.
It's a given.
Oh,
Like we said.
there's a handful of games. And
Maybe they should watch our licensed game episode.
Yes, they probably should.
Did I also mention fuck Oddjob? Okay.
I believe you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oddjob was the best character.
I mean, he's the
Alright.
best
How would
henchman.
you know? You never played the game.
No, I never said I didn't play it. I just said we all thought it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we.
Best henchman, though.
I mean,
Come on, that hat,
I want that hat.
that awesome bowler hat.
Right? I want that hat.
You just want it because it can cut people's heads off.
And because it's stylish.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, come on, dude. He was wearing that sweet top and tails, man. Top and tails odd
Oh,
job.
yeah.
There's only one person who can rock the bowler hat, in my opinion, and that is the bowler hat guy from Meet the Robinsons.
No, I mean, that's fair.
Never saw it.
Oh, I love that movie.
But we're
Alright, Badger.
But reeling it in.
reeling
Yes.
it in. I believe it's my turn in this rotation.
Yes.
I had my good times with this sport. Never owned one until I was an adult, but I did play a lot.
Can I ask you this question?
And I will answer your question.
What color N64 did you own?
At the time, it was gray. It was a standard gray.
Oh, okay.
I
Like I said,
had
it
the
didn't-
see-through orange.
Ooh, you had the fun
Man,
one.
that was back
Yeah.
then. See-through was like a thing.
What about you, Kelly? What color was yours?
So, I never owned one personally, but my buddies actually had they actually had two. They had the stock standard gray, but then they also had the translucent green.
Okay.
And we also had multicolor controllers. We had the gray controllers, we had the yellow controller, blue controller, green controller, red controller. And the best part is, whenever we would do a 4-player multiplayer, we each had our signature color controller. Like, I always used the green controller. If anyone tried to use the green controller but me, I'd whoop their butt.
Alright. Alright.
And
That's fair. That's valid.
Alright.
And none of them were the shitty Mad Catz controllers with the sticky buttons.
And the loose sticks.
Oh.
I feel like you just insulted Chris by bringing that up.
No, because I've had some of my experience with some third-party controllers. Some are pretty shitty.
Yeah,
But
that's an understatement.
Mad Catz were some of the worst.
Yeah.
Mad Catz was only good with one console and one console only. That was original
GameCube.
Xbox.
GameCube. They had a pretty solid GameCube controller.
I did have one that
Squidward
was
still
good.
beats him anyway.
Anyways. So now let's get to your games, bud.
Oh, my game. I mean, the legit one over here is already mentioned. I'm like WCW, NWO Revenge, and WWF No Mercy. Oh, especially Revenge. Like, what? I mean, that was. You want to talk about wars? The Monday Night Wars of the '90s.
Oh, yes.
I could go on and on, but we don't.
We
have
can
to
talk about that on the next show if I
Yeah.
have to come around.
I'll have to talk with you on the separate podcast, not this one,
Word.
because there is history of that.
Yeah, we're already extending an invite
Yeah.
to you for the sports games episode.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
There's that. There's Conkers, but
Oh yeah.
I'll let Grant talk about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'll
I'll
give
go
that
on
one a break
about
because
that.
I got more.
I mean, Grant's got the plushie.
I
mean,
do.
the best plus. You had the best boss ever.
Can we go on?
Yes.
I'm done with making this last longer. Let's go on.
And I'll finish it off with one of the very first games I played on the 64, Mario Tennis.
Alright.
Fun times. And then, as you mentioned it earlier, I did have a funny story with Wally Racer. Back when I was a church-going boy, because, growing up, I had to. Growing up Baptist, hooray.
Oof, that's
Our
rough, buddy.
Yeah, I know. The little youth area where we'd have our Sunday school classes, every time we were done with the Sunday school before the main service, I'd always try and get a few rounds of episode 1 Racer in there.
Well, I mean, the best part is those races are only 3 laps long. And
Exactly.
some of the courses are kind of short.
Yeah. And at one point I did it so much, someone's like, okay, you're banned from that for a month.
But man, that Baptist church, that's
believe-
rough.
FBC, at First Baptist Church in Perrysburg, still there.
So you actually understand my reference when I make the joke of there's so much smoke around here, it's like you're on the back porch of the Baptist church with all the deacons.
Oof. I still would rather don't been with Baptist than a Methodist or a Lutheran.
But let's
But moving on.
Sam?
Okay.
Speaking of disgraces to religion,
Because they can't handle the truth.
What do we got?
Oh man, N64.
What color was your system?
It was the default black.
Okay.
Yeah, but my controller was blue.
Yeah, baby.
So every single time, if I didn't have the game, go to rent it. My mom would take me. wall to wall, no matter where I went, and I played all that I could. Bomberman 64, Bomberman Hero, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, well, sometimes Mario Kart, DK64, Super Mario 64. Oh man, I even played motherfucking Gax.
Ooh, let's go.
To add on to that extension, where'd you rent from?
Yes.
Family video
Yes.
mostly though.
He ran from everyone.
Any place
was
you could,
running
got it.
Family video until it went out of business.
I don't even. DK64. I think I already talked to that, but
You did?
but literally like whatever I could get my hands on, I could. But the number one thing with me would be motherfucking Rayman 2.
Oh yeah.
Classic game.
Now I've mentioned this before that when it came to like certain games like Banjo-Kazooie where you got Clanker, hey guys, how you doing? I just want to help. Please be my friend. Don't mind me trying to fucking just trying to fucking let me eat you, goddamn you. But let me tell you something. I got a fucking story for right here that would justify whenever I see a spider, it needs to die. Okay, Rayman 2. If this gets cut out, I don't care. This is part of the story. It needs to happen. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So literally, fucking amazing game. Loved the story. Loved everything about it. I fucking beat it. And the weird thing is that the final battle is weird from the PS1 version. Why? I don't know. But I love the N64 version better because they had their own fucking language. So I would have to read the subtitles.
Nice.
And it was great. But one fucking level, I swear to God, I thought everything was okay. But literally, not 5 seconds into the level, there's a fucking spider that is literally hanging in a little cave. It's literally just big, and he's just literally going like this. The entire how you doing? And all of a sudden and when you run past him, he drops to the floor.
God, sounds like Psycho.
Interesting.
It is
Nice.
Psycho.
Basically Psycho, yeah.
This is a welcome me dialogue.
This music is playing when this motherfucker is chasing you. And you can imagine a fucking 8-year-old boy literally just trying to play a game and have fun, okay? You got this fucking pixelated spider-looking motherfucker, 8-legged freak ass son of a bitch that needs to get back to Satan's butthole, literally just chasing the fuck after you while you're just trying to have fun, playing a fucking game, trying to save the world. You got a motherfucking spider coming at you. He wants your booty hole so fucking badly. It's great.
That was beautiful, dude.
Wait. Tell us how you really feel.
So literally, I said, fuck this, and I grabbed the golden gloves from the one level, went back to that one, I fucking bitch slapped the shit out of it, just so I could go back to having fun.
That's fair.
And I think on that note, I think good.
I think we need to clip that as a separate little
I would have
YouTube.
to. I would-
That is 100% getting clipped as a short.
Before
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
Look at that.
Keith, make it happen.
Yeah.
Please.
He had so much memories in him. He got all hot and bothered, had to fan himself down. I think I've had
Remember, video games don't cause trauma.
No, they don't. No. Oh, you have a point?
So if I make this point, okay, I'm pretty much into multiplayer. He's into spontaneous panic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Have you seen his Dead by Daylight record? That's a lot of spontaneous panic.
Okay.
I've literally lost years when it came to fucking playing Dead by Daylight. These two can testify the amount of shit that I've gone through.
I have so much video footage on my PlayStation.
Same.
I believe it.
But, on that note, I think we're going to calm down and move on.
No, that was actually it. Like, I really
I believe
get
it.
that out there. But really, Rayman 2 was just so fucking good, and I loved him so fucking much. But then I found out about Tonic Trouble, and I was like, okay, that's fine, that's cool as well. And the only reason why, Kelly, I know the game you talk about, Rocket, is because Rocket, Rayman, and Ed, that was the name of the guy in Tonic Trouble, all shared a page in this one very specific Nintendo. It was either Nintendo Power or Game Informer.
Okay.
One of the two, and literally you just flip it. There's all three of them wanted for one reason or another, like actual wanted posters.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
All right,
So
then.
we're throwing it to sin now.
Yes, we are. So let's talk about the better shooter game on the Nintendo 64, Turok and Turok 2.
Long distance high five, thank you.
Yeah. Especially Turok 2. I'll give you Turok 2.
Oh yeah, no, Turok 2
Best
is
cheat
fucking
code
amazing.
ever.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I did not play. Well, I played the PS3 piece of shit one, but
That doesn't count.
Yeah, that really doesn't count. No, okay, best way to classify Turok 2, you know how you like Dino Crisis?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Think Dino Crisis.
yeah.
Think Dino Crisis, but without the time.
Wait,
travel.
Do you like Horizon?
But you're
Same fucking
but
thing.
see, here's the cool thing about Turok. You're playing as a time-traveling Native American man.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, I can't say much about one, but I know Turok 2 had one of the best guns ever.
facts.
Cerebral bore?
Goddamn right. Cerebral bore.
Yeah. Then let's talk about a game that if you had N64, you're sad you don't have this game. Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2.
Oh yeah, baby.
I mean,
That
to quote,
is fair.
hey, to quote Bruce Lee about Pokemon Stadium, it's Pokemon in 3D for Christ's sakes.
And
and
let's not forget, if you idle long enough, you literally hear, "What's the matter, trainer?"
Yeah,
That was me the first time I played Pokemon Stadium.
I literally went, "Well, fuck you, I have a name."
no,
Yeah,
straight up.
and your name is Trainer.
You know, no, actually, here's the one sad part. A lot of furries came out of the closet because of fucking Pokemon Stadium.
Of course they do.
There's one specific reasoning for that. You want to know what that was? Nido Queen.
Yeah.
Literally, she comes out of the ball shaking her titties the whole fucking time.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, there's only one.
Like a Brazilian carnival dancer.
Yes.
Okay, there's only one way I will wear a fursuit. Is if someone makes me a fursuit of Conker.
Of
No, you're
course
getting-
you
you're-
would.
Wait, hold
No,
on.
you're getting a Snorlax.
No,
I mean,
hold up. Hold
Fair
up.
enough.
Technically, it would be your second, because you did do Uganda Knuckles.
That is true, but I didn't have a fursuit of that.
It still counts.
But would you do a fursuit? You go into Knuckles?
You goddamn right I would. I know D-Way.
Just
The whole thing is just one big fucking ball that he just climbs up into.
I'm fine with that.
And I just go, do you know D-Way?
No, but honestly, my favorite Zelda game, Majora's Mask.
fair.
That is my favorite game on the N64.
I
My
never
favorite
really
Zelda
played
on
that
the
one.
N64.
That game is too. I'm sorry, dude. Majora's Mask overrated. I'm sorry. I can't.
So let me guess, Ocarina of Time for you?
Wait, what?
Ocarina of Time for
Are we
you?
talking N64?
N64.
Yeah, just N64.
Just N64.
I'm gonna have to give it to Ocarina. I'm sorry.
Thank
I mean,
you,
that
my
is
boy.
fair. That is
That's
fair.
fine. See, the reason I preferred Majora's Mask is all the different powers you get by switching races and shit.
Oh,
I love
that
it.
was-
Okay,
great.
and that's fine, and I need to get this out. But here's the
that-
thing: the story just doesn't work for me. Because at the end, literally nothing is solved. He just goes back into the woods to look for Navi. And here's the thing. The one thing I will actually give it is that he is actually the knight that trains you in
Yeah.
Twilight Princess.
Yes,
That's
it is.
the only
Yeah.
thing that I will give it.
Okay.
Well, the main story is solved by the end, you know. Right?
No, it's not. He didn't find the fucking fairy.
But I'm talking. But that's the.
Did he find the fairy?
No. But
Did he find the fairy? No.
That's besides.
Nothing got solved.
The main conflict is
Breathe,
solved.
sir, breathe.
I think he's had too many energy drinks tonight.
I think so.
I only had one.
Yeah, that's too many.
Tell us how you really feel, Sam.
Nah, but like
I-
my last two games, favorites for me on the N64, South Park Rally. That's one of my favorite
All
fucking
right,
racing
I'll give you
games.
that.
Ooh, okay.
It's so fun.
Okay.
And then you can never go wrong with the second greatest Mario game ever created, Super Mario RPG.
That's.
Oh,
That's
okay.
SNES, though.
That's that's
That's
SNES.
SNES.
It's on both.
No,
No,
what
it
you're
was
thinking
not.
is Paper Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
you
correct.
did
Paper Mario was on the Nintendo 64.
And it was even on, and even Thousand Year Door, even though I didn't give a shit about Thousand Year Door.
Thousand Year Door was
Doors
GameCube.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, everybody-
I didn't give a shit about Thousand Year Door. Just throw it
Thousand Year Door was actually, in my
I'm
opinion,
gonna say,
better.
Super Mario
Both
RPG
were
left
great,
this.
though.
Oh yeah, you are correct.
While
Never
he's
mind.
looking at
I retract my statement now. Actually, I just looked it up.
However-
while he's onto that, Grant, fun fact, I actually beat Bowser using nothing but Boo's disappearing hack.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I did, I just did it.
Yeah.
You use the power of Capcom logic.
Yes!
Yep.
And it's a Nintendo. Well, actually, Capcom does collaborate.
I was gonna say Capcom?
It does collaborate with Capcom, so I had to stop myself there.
But yeah, no, so my N64, it was the classic, would you consider the normal one gray or black?
It looks more a grayish black
It's
to me.
more, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dark gray.
Like
Oh, yeah.
Like
So I
Batman
had
gray.
that.
If you're talking that's the color I
Yeah.
had.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah. The default color.
Now,
Just
here's
call
one
it
thing
that.
I can say about
Okay,
the Master
so I had the one basic gray controller, I had the see-through purple controller,
Ooh, nice.
and I had a normal green and a fucking yellow controller.
God.
Oh, so also can I make a
Hold
shout out to the special Hey You Pikachu edition?
Ooh, the rarest version,
Oh,
The blue and
potentially.
yellow one?
Especially when you get the microphone with it too.
Yes.
Oh, God.
That special controller that never worked?
No.
No, it seriously didn't. I even remember renting the fucking mic from a game store and the fucking
That did
thing
not
didn't
work
work.
at
It did
all.
not work at all.
I own the game. Yeah, it did not work.
Some,
Proof
you'd be like,
he owns the
you'd be
game
like-
and it doesn't work.
Pikachu, screw you, and then it would just do a thunderbolt.
I don't know. That sounds right to me.
Yeah, like you just insulted Pikachu. You deserve that.
no, like, it could work,
Just
it
one-
was faulty with a lot of people,
It's
but
just one
like,
of those things. A collectible is a collectible for a reason.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have to play it.
yeah.
It doesn't even have to be good.
But you are dumbass kids. Just
Yeah, we're dumbass. If we were dumbass 12-year-olds, we didn't know any better.
Pikachu, find me some big titty bitches.
Nido Queen appeared.
No, it's called Go Play Conquer's Bed Further with the Flower. Thank you very much.
You
Or the giant-
fucking conquer
Yeah,
this
seriously.
land.
Yeah,
it's
seriously.
one
If
of the
you're
best
gonna
We're
go
getting
something, go with the
there
giant
eventually.
woman.
I mean, there's
Go with
also-
the Amazon.
All right,
But we're-
fellas.
all
let's
right,
but
bring
I
it
will
in.
make-
Alright,
One last
we're
point.
throwing, I'm throwing this to Chris. Here you
But I
go.
will make one last point with Majora's
Yeah.
Mask.
Wait. Okay, he wants to say one last thing about Majora's Mask.
They had one of the most wholesome yet sad side quests.
Facts.
The one that literally took you had to literally wait until the final part of the third day in order to actually beat it, and the final thing is let's be together,
Yeah.
and then boom, it's over.
I like the mummy side story with the father. That was also pretty
That one was
good.
that, but
Yeah.
the one with the couple just basically waiting, and you had to literally do the whole 3 days in order to finish.
That was a very in-depth side quest.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
Sure.
sure, worth it.
And throwing to Chris.
Now, my edition was obviously the default, of course. It was the very first time ever I played it at Blockbuster Kiosk. I actually rented with thanks to my step-grandfather, we rented it a couple times. Mario 64 was my go-to with that one.
I like to point out he mentioned kiosks, so therefore 10 shots, people.
No, I never said it because he said blockbusters. Those did not make my neck hurt.
Yes, he's right with that one.
Those are actually like Blockbuster and Sears demo kiosks. I can actually stand normally.
Shout out to the kiosks that McDonald's had when the GameCube hit. Good shit.
Good sh-
That
when
was
they
good.
work.
Oh, they worked for me.
Never once in my life did I go
The
to
only-
McDonald's and it worked.
The only thing that was broken more often than the GameCube kiosk
I
is
know
the
it's
ice
called
cream
ice
machine.
cream.
You keep saying that every single time I go to a McDonald's, the thing works.
You know, I'm gonna
Okay,
call
Well,
that.
yippee freaking do for you.
No, I'm gonna call that out and stuff. Your facts are false. Those are not facts at all. That's a lot of bullshit and lies. Again, I would get ice cream more often than I get to play a fucking kiosk game at McDonald's. So get your head out of your ass, you hoser.
Well, maybe that's just because your McDonald's actually liked you. Mine doesn't.
All of my McDonald's like me because you live in the boonies.
Not anymore.
I mean, no, technically I do.
Can we just all agree
I'm
that
sorry.
life just doesn't like Kelly?
Okay. No, Liberty Center has more civilization than Lions does.
I don't live in Lions anymore.
When you did, though.
Okay,
Say it.
well,
Okay,
Badger.
Moving on.
back to Chris.
Now, most of the games I always rented all the time. And because I didn't really own a lot of games. Until one particular Christmas, I actually got Mario 64, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, and Star Fox 64.
nice.
But prior to getting Star Fox 64, the summer of when it was supposed to due out, almost every time I wanted to go to Blockbuster, they had the boxes available. Nothing every single freaking time. Until one particular time when we went there, we asked them, and then they said, okay, we are actually getting the games in stock sometime later today. We gave them our number, they said, call us when they come in. We went there, rented it. Oh my god, that was fun. And that was my very first time ever playing a Star Fox game, honestly.
And it's still, and you know, for a game that is
Triangles! Don't triangles!
rapidly approaching its 30th anniversary,
Nice.
It still holds up to this
97, I
day.
believe.
It does. It really
still
does.
holds up.
Even the SNES one does.
so well. 26 years on, and that game is still
The best of its series because Star Fox Adventure sucks.
okay.
Definitely
that's
I'll agree
another
with you,
series.
but Assault was pretty good. good.
Assault,
Yes.
Assault was good. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Assault was
but
awesome.
Star Fox 64, man, even with the lower quality graphics, even with the kind of hokey, sometimes phoned in voice acting,
Fox, help me!
You're becoming more and more like your father.
it is
Starts to
still,
Fox.
it is still so good.
Probably one of the most portable games ever.
Good lord. And I've never played it.
You're fine.
You know what?
for you, Star Fox.
Okay, Wolf.
Okay, so what's next thing you got for
Star Fox.
So what's next thing you got for N64, Chris?
Well, I thankfully ran into some of my favorite games on there, namely the Mario Party trilogy, way back in those days.
The Destroyer of
Gee,
Friendship.
we wouldn't know. It's almost as if Chris actually plays them religiously.
Yeah, you're right, I do.
And I'm still going to say this. I've heard people say that Mario Kart is Destroyer of Premise. That is wrong. It is Mario
No,
It is Mario Party.
No.
Yes.
So, we all agree
Yes.
that whenever we're playing Mario Party
Yes.
or Mario Kart,
Yes.
Chris is gonna win.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
And
just
the rest of us will have a nice little competition for
Yeah,
second
for second
place.
place.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
Whoa. Sometimes in Mario Party, it can go either way. I can't
That's
have
true.
my bad.
That's true. Sometimes I sneak it with the bonus.
Can we just remember? While he's a beast in Smash, there was that one lucky one I got with Luigi.
Hey, whoa. I never said I was a beast in Smash.
No, I'm
Bros.
saying you are because you kind of are.
Dude, there are
I
players
know.
better than me. Hell, I remember one of the
I
last
think
couple
we're-
times Dante beat my ass in an Ultimate. I know Kelly got a couple wins.
No, I was gonna raise my hand to interject. No, you want to face an absolute monster in Smash
Rick?
Brothers? Go play Clarence.
Ooh.
He's got a point there.
Oh, or Vega. No. Vega's just regular fighting games.
Yeah, Vega will destroy you in Street Fighter, but Clarence, the man, I love him to death, even though I haven't gotten to see him in a while. But the man, you put him in a fighting game, doesn't matter what fighting game, doesn't matter what character he
It
picks,
really doesn't.
you are going to die.
It's just
He is a fucking monster.
Okay, you
But
know
yeah,
how
really
you know how
back
Dan
in here.
Hibiki is the
Yeah.
joke, the ultimate
But
joke
let's
in
reel it
Street
back
Fighter?
and hear from him.
Vega's the guy that gives Dan Hibiki something worthy of respect.
All right, enough of that. Let's go on. What else you got?
Yeah, well, although a Mortal Kombat trilogy did also come out on both a Sega Saturn, we're going to get to this later, a PlayStation 1, my first experience with it was on the N64. Now, some could be debated which is better, or the PlayStation or the
PlayStation.
N64. They both have their pros and cons in their own rights, honestly. Hey, but even so, Mortal Kombat's Mortal Kombat. I love it for it.
You can't go wrong with a good Mortal Kombat game.
Indeed.
No.
It's unfortunate the last couple have not been the best.
Oh, 10 11 have been awesome.
Well, I haven't really played 11 just yet. Honestly. I've been waiting to get. I've been waiting till I get my PS5.
11
after
has
that
been
one.
expanded so much they might as well make a condom brand out of it.
And they're actually going to make a 12.
Yeah, I've heard that confirmation.
Yeah.
Go for it, Kelly.
As a slight sidetrack, I will say this. MK9, loved it. Was a great update for the
That
franchise.
was good.
Yeah.
MKX was decent, but I feel like
Wait, which one had time travel?
That's where they did the
Yeah,
reboot.
11.
Oh, that 2011.
and I'm not talking about the storyline, I'm just
Yeah.
talking about the mechanics, the actual gameplay itself.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, MKX gave us.
I feel that Mortal Kombat nowadays is trying too hard to be Street Fighter. Because it has become so hyper-technical that you have to do like so many specific things, and everybody's concerned about frame rates and invincibility frames and input lag and blah blah blah. It's just like
You know.
Mortal Kombat is not Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat is about beating a motherfucker by ripping his own arms off and then bashing him in the head with it.
You got that
And
right.
I'll say this, as much as, I enjoy the fatalities work out, they made them way too easy to figure out.
In other words, it's literally beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Easy?
Yeah.
No, it's
Whoa.
beat a motherfucker with himself.
Easy?
With his own arms.
I mean, I know we're sidetracked, but just give me a minute.
Yep.
So good.
Fuck that easy button.
I wasn't even just saying
That
that.
easy
that makes
fatality button ruined
Now, I wasn't even talking. On the fact that you could pause it and then do
The
it that
easy-
way. Back in the day, you were the king if you figured out how to do the fatalities.
Just to make sure I got you right, Quinta. On the easy fatality buttons, are you talking from Trilogy or something else?
No, when
MTX,
from MTX and on.
Fuck that easy button.
Basically, you could pay real money to buy
okay,
tokens
Ross,
where all you
yeah,
do
we're
is
going
press
outside
one button and you automatically do the fatalities.
Yeah, but
Like Hugh was saying something, you did like just
I am.
Yeah.
Like,
It's okay. It's okay. But like at least when Mortal Kombat came out, around those times, we had the whole entire playground to try to figure out the finishing moves.
you were
That's
the
true.
king if you could figure out how to do
we
it.
came from that Just press a button.
Yeah. Money.
Instant gratification.
Oh yeah, I hate one button fatality.
Well, that did start originally in Mortal Kombat 4 if you got the cheat menu unlocked.
But even then, you had to work to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, one last game that I did love when it came from the arcades, Cruising USA. Well, technically, Cruising USA / Cruising World.
Yeah.
It's Cruising USA.
Wait. I'm sorry. I need to go back to this. Why are you putting so much hate on the easy button? Who here just said you had to work for it? Yes, I had to work for it by beating your ass. So after I beat your ass, I should be allowed to watch you suffer. I should be allowed to watch you be maimed, beaten, impaled. I will gladly push that easy button because I just got done whooping your ass. I deserve to watch you die.
No, I honestly, I have to agree with Sam, because why should I do 30 button hits, and then, oh hey, because I timed it that millisecond wrong, I fuck up the combo, I can't do the fatality. Instead, I punched him and killed him by that.
It's bad enough that I have to remember combos just to beat your ass. I don't need to know a combo just to taunt your ass.
Wait, but to counter argue with it, why pay for it?
Oh no, pay for it, you go fuck yourself.
If I have to pay for it, then no.
Look, I would be.
But I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm fine with the easy, but it's the fact that you had to pay to get the easy button.
Oh yeah, no, I'll agree with you on that. That is the bullshit part. But honestly, anyone who uses an easy button,
We mushroomed on this one.
Yeah, I'm not.
Alright,
Yeah.
and like that, we're gonna cut and
I'm sorry, I just had
Not
to throw
so
that
fast.
out there.
Wait, let me get this straight. So when I'm throwing my 2 cents on this, oh, we should call it back and stuff. But when you ran on for 10 minutes straight, okay, I see how it is. Go fuck yourself. No, I do want you to start.
Wait, Sinan, let me point out, I was the one that started.
Enough!
And
Sorry!
we've gone full snake territory now.
Yeah, I think this is something we'll probably cut out of the episode here, Keith.
No,
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm trying to defend Sinan. How about y'all shut the fuck up?
And I listened to your point, but we're kind of rambling.
Now, I do have one greatest accomplishment I've always felt at heart. The very first time I ever 100% at Super Mario 64.
Have you beat?
I'll hug you later.
But
that takes respect.
here's a good one for you. Have you tried doing the Green Demon Challenge for Super Mario 64?
The Green Demon Challenge?
Yes.
Maybe I've heard of this, maybe not. What is
It's
it?
more recent, but it's when, for the very first area, the whole first area, the Bob Kingdom, during the specific star to get the 8 red coins.
Okay.
The challenge is to get all red coins, but not go reveal the 1-up. But then you have to try and get all 8 red coins
This is
without
something
the
that
1-up
Japanese
getting you.
people did.
Whoa.
2 Japanese dudes actually
You
came up with
interested in Sam?
But yes, no, because you know how the 1-up constantly follows you no matter where? Well,
Not really.
Yeah, the 1-up mushroom in the Bob Kingdom does this, and the challenge is to get all 8 of the red coins without it getting you.
Literally,
This one's actually news to me.
literally 2
I gotta
Japanese
try to
people
remember
came up
this
with
and give it a shot myself.
I've seen the Grumps do it. That's how I know of it.
Yeah, but 2 Japanese people were actually the original ones that did this.
Because
Right,
of course,
yeah.
because of course they were. Because the game was too easy for them otherwise.
Yeah. When I did this first time, I would usually be the guy that would help others as I first get at the other 120 stars at
That's
that
free real
time.
estate at this point.
Yep.
Now, one moment that still freaks me out even to this day in Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Who hates the sewer level?
I just hate sewer levels, period.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
think-
that.
The one thing I hate about why the fucking Dianogas in that.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I hate those suckers.
Garbage squid.
And
I refuse to even look at those
Wait,
things
what?
except for the big ones this day.
Shadows of the Empire for 64.
Do you remember Star Wars: A New Hope, the monster and the trash compactor?
Yes.
I played absolutely 0 Star Wars
Do
games.
you know the movies at
But
least?
you know the
Right,
movie.
if you talk about the garbage disposal,
Yes.
Yeah.
The creature that was in there is a Dianoga.
It's a
Oh,
garbage
okay.
squid. It's literally what it is.
Okay.
Tentacle porn. But let's move.
But anyway, I've said my piece. I will keep it at that.
Go to Grant.
You know he's been sitting on this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna list off 5 games. I'm gonna briefly talk about one of them, just for the sake of time. Keep things moving here.
I
but-
appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, so I'll go into depth about Conquer because I just have a love for that game. But some honorable mentions. Played a lot of Ocarina of Time back in the day. That was obviously a classic for
the
me.
big run now.
Obviously, Mario 64 is a given. I did play. I actually 101%ed Donkey Kong 64 if we're talking about
So you
that.
beat that bullshit beaver barrel level?
I did. Yep.
take it that's like an extremely
that's a pat
tough
on the
feat for
back
the
right
game.
It's yes, it is a very difficult one. In fact, I do know what you're talking about. That was definitely a struggle.
Because the beavers just did not want to cooperate and get in the hole.
Right. But yeah, Banjo-Kazooie was another classic. I mean, honestly, I could keep talking on and on and on about the N64. That was the one I played most of the 3 systems back in the day. I'm just going to kind of wrap up my section just by saying how much I love Conker's Bad Fur Day. So I had bought the game actually at I think it was a family video. I was like 12 years old or something like that, and they just sold it to me. They're like, "Fuck it." But so I got Conker's Bad Fur Day. My parents never saw me play because I always get.
You were a naughty little boy.
Yeah, I was
What are you little boy?
What was a couple of your favorite stages from the game?
Obviously, Chris, you might as well grab it.
I shall grab the plush and show it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no,
so it's kind of a given that
Unless you want to sing it.
Don't.
No, because if you do, then this motherfucker won't shut up.
Even I,
And that
as much as I
motherfucker will
want
join
to,
in.
as much as I want to, I'd say
Me.
Just squeeze his hand really quick.
Oh my god, it can actually fucking sing.
Yep.
That's probably my favorite platforming boss ever.
It's So my 2 favorite bosses in history, and this actually is relevant because it's a PS1 game. I think you probably know what I'm going to mention, but Great Mighty Pooh and Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid. Two of the all-time greats.
That's what I call a Bible.
My mind just blew up. I literally just watched talking shit.
Yeah.
I heard you talking shit. Yeah, it sold to me too.
But yeah, anyway, Conker's Bad Fur Day has great story. Well, not so much a great story, just a great campaign. It's goofy, it's fun, it makes fun of a lot of movies. Just overall, you got to have like a childlike, immature sense of humor when you're playing this game.
My other favorite level in that was the rock level.
Yeah, Rock Solid was great. The boo 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 boo.
Oh.
No, I'm not done with you. What was your number 1 favorite moment?
In the whole game?
I'm not done with
Outside of Great Mighty Pooh? I don't know.
Flower titties?
The Flower Titties is
you. Will you shut the fuck up?
Okay, Mr. Tree Titties.
Better a tree than a flower, bitch!
And I'm reeling it back in. Back to you, Grant.
Once again, your favorite moment of all time.
In any N64?
No, in Conquer.
It's got to be Great Mighty Pooh, as cliche as it is. But yeah, great. Anyway, long story short, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I love that game. It's just a classic.
Would you say the remake did it justice?
No!
I would say no. I think it's overhated, but I also don't think it's as good as the
But
N64.
I will have to say the only moment that comes close to Greatest Mightiest Pooh is the first encounter with Greg.
That was pretty great. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
And Greg, you forgot one game for 64.
What's that? Ah, yes. Bumble. Yes, the Buck Bumble as a game isn't that
The
good.
game that literally nobody fucking plays.
Its average it's very forgettable,
Yeah.
except for that.
But
That's like
the
the only
theme
thing
song-
that gets memorable was that.
Yeah, the theme song's definitely a 10 out of 10. But anyway, if I were to talk about N64, that would be another 2 hours. I'm just going to cut myself short. Yeah, exactly. I think it's probably time we move to the PS1, and I'll actually...
Straight.
I might as well start with that, too.
Actually, I wanted to start it because there's a story behind.
Ross Spencer, my boy.
It's rather tragic.
Before I pass it over, since we're talking about PlayStation,
Oh, okay.
The feels.
The nostalgia.
Not gonna lie.
oh crap, it's broken, it's not gonna work now.
The first time I actually heard that booting up a PS1, I was actually a little bit freaked out. I'm like, I thought we were playing a video game, not having a religious experience.
It is definitely got that, like, spacey feel
It's just-
to it.
But that...
It was like video games.
But when it
Also-
didn't go
also-
past that first one, you were having the fear god. He was like, no, please, no.
Just really quick, just for an F in the chat boys moment, the creator of that sound actually just recently
I
died
just
as
saw
of-
that.
as of filming this episode.
Have the chat friends, have the comment section, please.
Rip.
Alright.
Yep. But anyway, Quinn, what were you about to say about the
Okay,
PlayStation?
so this tragic story, I actually thought about this in New Year. I think it was at Chris's birthday party, actually.
I remember this story.
So, I was around 10, and I was going to the Boys and Girls Club, when it was in East Toledo, and you kids don't know about that. So,
I know
we'll talk
about
about
it,
that.
yes.
We're going to talk about it right now. and they had a contest at the Classic Sports Arena. And
Sports Arena.
they had and this is when they actually had the DualShock version.
The
And-
analog sticks.
Yeah, and it had Metal Gear Solid in it.
Ah, yes.
All right, so everybody had a raffle, and I was like, okay, well, so here we go. All right, so they was picking on like they had like 10 different ones, and I was like, shit, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom, did my business, came back, and apparently I went back to my seat, and my brother was like, dude, they said your number. Oh, word.
What?
So so the announcer repeated my ticket number, and I'm like, I was hyped, I was excited, I was about to freaking do backflips in a freaking those really small seats. I didn't care if I fell down the stairs or
And then
anything.
your bladder just said, fuck you.
Right, and all of a sudden I just came back and just happened to realize I didn't have my ticket. I was literally hearing that Price is Right. Bum, 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 bum. Fail. Like, and I was literally crying. I even cried to my mom and just like, oh. So
You just had your heart ripped out. Is what you did.
Right. It's
Like it was like what Kano would do to
But,
you.
oh dear, what if I died? But I thought I shared that with y'all because like that was like a gaming moment that I still hold dear, but it was tragic. So, but if you want to go ahead with yours,
Yeah, well, you know what? No, since you've already got the floor, how about we just talk about one of your
And then you
favorite
can go toward,
PS1
and then
games?
go this way.
okay.
Yeah.
So when I actually got a PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
funny enough, same day when I got the 64, like right there in the front of my television with Mortal Kombat 4. So when I had the PlayStation 1, opened it up, it was Final Fantasy 7.
Ah, yes.
Good choice.
I think Sinan's probably going to talk about that one.
And I was,
Maybe.
and funny enough, like, at the time, it was like, my mind was like, the fuck is that? So, my brother, he was playing it, and I actually got into the story. I mean, I actually enjoyed the story. Like, it was very rich. The characterization, even the mechanics. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of it. When he was playing. But then, so years went on. Say about 2000, and that's when I got a little more versed with more arcade games, especially the arcade ports. Like one of my favorite games of all time is Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Mhm.
Hell yes.
Like I knew domestic violence with RB like was nothing, but there was obviously you got your Metal Gear Solids, you got your Tomb Raiders, which is one of my favorite series, and that's when actually one of my favorite games, and I don't think this was talked enough. It was the first Diablo.
Ooh.
Yeah,
More of a PC
nobody,
game,
no,
but-
nobody knew. PlayStation had Diablo
They
first.
did have a port, yeah.
Then it got the PC.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm going to fact check that. 'cause
Actually, he's right. 1993.
Oh, look at that.
was Diablo actually first? I'll check it really
Oh,
quick.
you talking Diablo? I was talking Doom.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Doom was definitely on DOS first.
No, hold on a second. I actually
So
did
be that
see
as it
Diablo on this list. Yeah, right here, 1996.
Now when did it come out on PC though?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking no.
That's what I'm
shit.
checking right now here. But what were you saying?
Yeah, but nevertheless, then that's when I got into RPGs a little bit more. Then then I just kind of went crazy. There was like more fantasy games that I got into.
If I can interject really quick, yeah, January 3rd, 1997 was the Microsoft Windows, and then next year in March of 98 is when the PlayStation was.
Okay.
But anyway,
Just
so-
that shit out. All right.
But nevertheless, the fact that I was just playing that for like hours, it just got me to enjoy more in those type of games, Then then first came Diablo, then became Legacy of Kain, then it became
Dude, you just gave me
Pandemonium,
such a
Soul
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Soul Reaver?
Dude, Raziel was my boy.
Fucking Soul Reaver, man.
Dude, Defiance on PS2. Oh,
No.
medieval.
Yeah, and where my brother was playing The Perfect Dark, I would be playing Siphon Filter. Even like the Splinter Cell series. So it kind of went a long way, especially with some of the shooters that came out on PlayStation.
Speaking of Siphon Filter, there's a copy of it over there.
And And honestly, like one of my favorite games that came out of that time was Medal of Honor. That was like pre Call of Duty.
Yes,
Like,
it was.
I would actually say it's superior to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I never played the PS1 one, but I did play Frontline and Rising Sun for 2.
And yeah,
dad.
and let's state the obvious. Like PlayStation 1 came out with the bangers,
Oh,
the bangers.
straight.
They did.
And my ultimate one, I have to say, like I still play to this day, is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Everyone loves Tony Hawk.
Like, as soon as I unlock Spider-Man, fuck you guys. Yeah, but go ahead.
Sorry, Bob Burnquist, but
And usually no one disses Bob B.
everyone loves Bob Burnquist.
I was
Not
a-
Spider-Man.
I was definitely THPS1. That's how I got into Super Goldfinger. Because it was either that
I'm gonna hold back from that.
It was either that or Primates. And for some reason, I would only purposely play the song because those are the only ones I actually did good when else were playing. Dead Kennedys was a good choice, but
Oh yeah.
Primus and Goldfinger. But moving on.
Right. Oh, by the way, thanks for the chat.
You're welcome.
Always good to have your facts ready.
Yes.
But I believe we're moving on to Kelly because I volunteered to go last this time.
Oh, that's right. We are going this way. This time.
Counterclockwise.
Okay, so
But anyway.
some of, again, much like the N64, some of my earliest gaming memories come from going over to my friend Dave's place because he had a PlayStation 1. And the very first game he fired up and showed me was Twisted Metal 2. I was instantly hook, line, and sinker.
Man.
I was into it. Because I was just like, I've always loved cars. I was like, wait, the cars have guns? Wait, the cars have missiles? Wait, the cars have napalm launchers?
Oh my!
Oh my, yeah. Wait, there's a car that can summon a freaking tornado?
Twister.
Who was also an Indy car, which was also like an instant, and it was just like, wait, I can play as a race car that summons tornadoes. Yes!
Done.
And driven by a hot chick, too.
Yep.
So Twister was always one of my favorites, but my...
Mr. Slam! Sorry.
You look like Mr. Slam.
He really does now that you mentioned it.
You give him the white shirt and the tie, and he's set.
Take your glasses
Slam! Okay.
Take off the glasses. He is Simon Littlebone.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you.
No, that's fine. That was relevant.
But outside of Twister, probably my other favorite vehicles to use in Twisted Metal 2. Spectre, because he's the freaking Corvette.
Roadkill?
No, actually. Outlaw 2. Because cop car with taser.
Yeah.
And it was freaking fast. And yeah, it didn't have the most armor, but you could be so fast that you could just outrun most people.
Yeah.
Also, Warthog.
The tank.
Especially when you got his triple missile special move. No, Minion was the tank. Warthog is the Humvee.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, I remember Twisted Metal 2...
the World Tour.
Vividly.
Same.
And then some of my other favorites from PS1, Need for Speed 3.
Yeah.
And Tony Hawk. Those first 3 Tony Hawk games, every single one of those was so choice.
Wolverine.
But I probably, out of the 3 original Tony Hawk games, 3 was actually the one that I spent the most time with. And I found, I 100% completed that game.
Nice.
I unlocked every character.
Nice.
I completed every objective on every stage in career mode. Found all the secret tapes. Found all the secret decks.
Nice.
And even managed to 100% complete the gap list.
Nice.
Because for those of you who may not know listening to this, the original Tony Hawk games, they had these mechanics called gaps, where if you managed to link tricks between 2 elements within an environment, you would get a score bonus.
Yep.
But the fun part about the gaps is they always had really funny nicknames for them. Like you
Same
had...
with the special moves.
The same with the special moves. But my favorite single gap name, there's 2 of them actually, in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. And the Tokyo level,
Best level.
there is a gap, it's a vert gap called Super Fighter Jet Pilot Go.
Of course.
And in the Foundry stage, there's a grinding gap where it's a combination grind jump gap
Yeah.
Alright.
to get up to the upper deck, and the gap is called Gapman and Robin.
Oh, of course. And I have to say, one of my
Sounds
favorite.
like a porn.
Yeah, of course. And then I have to say, one of my favorite extra characters from 3, which includes the greats like Wolverine, Darth Maul,
Demoness, Officer Dick, Private Carrera.
Ollie the Magic Bum.
Ollie the Magic Bum! Yes! Oh, yeah! Good! He's a freaking bum! And his skateboard is literally 2 sticks of plywood taped together!
And
I love Ollie the Magic Bum!
He was a full-on character that came from an Easter egg objective in the second one, if I'm remembering correctly.
And one of his special moves, his special manual, was he would lay down on the board and it was his bed.
There was that one, or the S2E5 grind. Where he would skate into the info, so you start grinding and he's like,
yeah, he's like all drunk. Ah, man, I forgot about Ollie the Magic Bum.
Never have nowadays.
I love it.
And he was also a mission giver in Underground 1.
Yep. So yeah, Tornado Pro Skater 3 and the airport level was pretty fun too.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite one, and then probably my last favorite memory of the PS1 was I didn't play it myself, but I actually watched my friend Dave beat Final Fantasy VII. I didn't watch him play through the whole thing, but I watched like the last 2 hours of the gameplay. So I got to see the final battle against Sephiroth, and then the closing cinematics and that, and it was just like I was just like I was literally just like, having not gone through the other 2 discs of the game with him, I'm just like, I have no idea what is going on, but that airship is awesome.
And then Kelly learns he wanted to fuck an airship.
No, I wouldn't mind the woman that the airship is named after. I mean, Shara is.
Word.
That is. Everyone's like, ooh, Tifa, ooh, air. No, man, Shara.
And Sid got to have that one.
Mm-hmm. Where is my goddamn tea, woman?
And I think.
I don't know. I think he just wants to fuck the ship.
Sounds like he wants to fuck the ship. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's what I'm getting out of it all.
And whatever, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
Grant.
There's a lot of great PS1 games.
And I'm done with Grant. Let's go, Chris.
Oh.
Hang on.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm
You actually made the last one very fast. So go ahead.
I'm going to try to be brief with this one too. There's a lot of great games.
There is.
On the Valentine's Day episode, I did talk about my love of Xenogears. So I'm going to kind of not talk about that one right now.
Please refer to our former episodes.
Indeed. I'll just list off a few here, but I'll talk about one in a little more detail.
Okay.
Obviously, as we talked about, fan of RPGs, so outside of the obvious, like Final Fantasy, Chrono Cross is a great one.
Okay,
The 2 Suikoden games, 1 and 2 are great.
Okay.
Vagrant Story. I love Vagrant Story. Great game. Yeah, exactly. We got someone who knows Vagrant Story.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Gear Solid is very obvious. But one game I want to spend a lot of time on here that is just one of my all-time favorites, Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
All right.
Everybody loves that game.
Yeah.
Most.
Great soundtrack.
Indeed.
I hate everything about it.
Well,
Of course you
can go symphony yourself, whatever that means.
Jar?
Yeah, it's
Jar.
probably a jar.
That's a little,
Always
not a big
jar.
one, but
It's under your chair.
yeah, it's under your.
Ah, yes.
You
Say
get
it
a
if you
jar.
want mine,
You
please.
get a jar. You get and there we go. That was a minor jar joke.
Yeah, that's why I went easy with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game. So I originally first played on the Game Boy Advance when I was about 12 years old. There was a game called, you probably know it, Circle of the Moon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great game. That was my first Metroidvania game.
I know that game, actually.
It's very good. But yeah, and small sidetrack but relevant. One of my favorite game franchises, probably my favorite one of all time, is Metroid. And Symphony of the Night was the first of that series of Castlevania to have that open-ended, non-linear style of action adventure.
Yeah.
So yeah, so when I played Aria of Sorrow, that's a different game. That's a great one too, mind you. But when I played Circle of the Moon, I was like, I want to play more of this, and I was looking up what are the best ones. Castlevania Symphony of the Night was considered the best, and
in order 100% complete, you had to do it twice.
no,
The upside down part.
well,
Wouldn't
Yeah.
that technically be like 200%
If you
complete?
knew what to do in order to initiate the B-side.
but yes, Chris is correct. Yeah, basically you do play the game in upside down, which is very interesting. It didn't always necessarily work super well because sometimes it was dependent on the bat and other special powers.
And the final guy was named Shaft.
Well, Dracula actually, but anyway, long story short, Symphony of the Night's a great game. Amazing soundtrack, gameplay's great, a lot of really cool secrets. You know what? I'm not going to bring that reference in just because
we all know. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
There is an anime, a literal anime reference in that game that was a. I'm not going to go there. If you know, you know.
You know. Aren't you a little?
I'm just gonna say Stone Mask, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But anyway, long story short, great game, great soundtrack, great gameplay, everything. It's just a fantastic game.
He wanted to say a JoJo's reference. That's all. Plain and simple.
It is actually a legitimate, confirmed JoJo.
Oh no, I know it is. Anyways,
before
everything
is this
is
a JoJo?
Everything
Yeah.
is a JoJo reference.
Because again, yeah, it was actually a popular manga.
I'm sorry, Grant, I have to cut you off real quick. Did you say everything's a JoJo reference?
did.
What the fuck are you?
Mockingly, in jest. I've never watched a single episode of the show. I don't know what the hell.
What the fuck are you? Some weed trash? That's what it sounds like.
I've never watched a single episode of the show, so I don't know how much truth there is behind that statement or not. I just like it for the memes.
There is a JoJo reference right behind your head.
Is there?
Yes.
Yes.
So there, whatever. We are moving on.
Yes, moving on, Chris.
Ah, yes, the good old PS1. And that was a very good system.
Yes.
And now, my first exposure to the PlayStation 1 was actually from an old friend, an acquaintance of mine, Michael. He had one. And one time when he actually was coming to stay the night, he brought his PlayStation 1. Sometime prior to every time I was at Blockbuster, I always saw this Mortal Kombat trilogy for the PlayStation. After playing the N64 one, I had always wanted to play this one because something caught my attention on the back here that you could actually play the bosses of the game. Goro, Kintaro, Shao Kahn, and Motaro.
Yep.
I was like, I can actually play the bosses of Mortal Kombat? You kidding me? You know how to cheat? Yes, sign me up. So when he brought over his PlayStation, that was the first game I gunned for immediately. And he wanted to rent a game too, so he rented Twisted Metal 2. So that was my very first time ever playing Twisted Metal. I gotta admit that was pretty fun, but at the time it just didn't catch my attention as much.
I'll hug you later, by the way.
Fun little one fun fact with Trilogy. If you played the 8-person tournament mode at the end, you could pick to where you could see all the fatalities, all the babalities, all the animalities, everything, and done.
Yes,
that was
all the friendships.
Yep.
Yes.
That didn't have friendships.
Wait, when did friendships come in?
Since 2.
Okay. But I can't remember if Trilogy had them or not.
They did, actually.
Trilogy did. They had both Fatality Theater and a Friendship Theater.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do remember pulling up the animalities was a bitch. At the time, I didn't know that there was a requirement you had to do for it. And that requirement is you have to show mercy to your opponent and then finish him off, then you could input the command.
Okay.
So about
But one of the times after Mega Man 8 came out, and when he went back home, he calls me up later on that day and asks, hey, since you got the N64, I got the PlayStation, how would you like to do a system swap? We trade. I thought about it and said, go for it, let's do it.
I'm terribly sorry. Like, most of my watchers kind of go on my show. So, I got this guy named Robert just mentioned, you can play with Chameleon from that game.
Oh, fun fact, actually, since he mentioned Chameleon. The N64 and PlayStation versions actually have 2 different variations of Chameleon.
Yeah.
The N64 version has the female variations of Chameleon, while personally for me, PlayStation Better one has the male versions.
Yep.
And they played that one on Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
They did.
If you get the PS2 Xbox version, you get the male Chameleon.
And
When you get the GameCube, you get the female.
Yep. And then Chameleon was like a whole separate thing without a code and deception.
No, excuse me, Wii.
Yeah, I was about to say, the GameCube didn't have Armageddon, but Wii did.
Yeah.
Which I've got the Wii version, honestly.
Okay, we're
Just think I'll call myself.
And when we did the system swap, I figured, what PlayStation games could I actually try out? Which brings me to my next introduction to the series, Crash Bandicoot 2, The Cortex Strikes Back.
Probably the best of the 3.
Yep. And now,
I'm sorry, I have to say it. Time Warp is best.
Warped, yeah. Definitely
3 is really good too.
The Warped
well, yeah, honestly, without all the stuff, I have to give it to Warped, honestly, but 2 was my introduction to the series, honestly. Which is good, since Warped wasn't out at that time.
Completely fair.
Yep. Don't remember what other games I rented at that time, since it probably wasn't even worth it. No! Another game I did remember renting, but sadly, the disc was too scratched for me to even try. Power Rangers Zero Pinball.
What?
Yes, there was literally a pinball game for Power Rangers Zeo.
Oh.
There's a KISS pinball game. There's a pinball game for a lot of things.
I guess a lot of Power Rangers fans played that so much they wrecked the disc. So I couldn't do much.
I'm sorry, but I love everything you're saying, but he just ripped the worst ass.
And so, just before we all die, let's speed things up a bit.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good, homie.
You're fine.
Yeah. Then later on, I get my own PlayStation for my
I didn't
birthday,
think anyone would have.
which was the DualShock edition. Yep,
You
came with a
literally
demo
looked at
disc,
my
and
directions.
I actually got this game, Soul Blade, my introduction to the Soul Blade Soul Calibur series.
Oh, nice.
Which is in fact the first.
It's
It
Soul Calibur
is.
0, basically.
Which,
Yeah.
this was
Soul
originally
Blade,
named
then it
Soul
was-
Edge in
Yep.
the arcades.
Yes, it was.
And fun fact, I actually have played the Soul Edge game hard as balls to actually play than this.
Oh, you want to talk about a hard fighting game that involves weapons? I got one to talk about.
We'll get to that later. Then I got 3 other games that gave me the feels. My introduction to Spyro, which was Spyro 2. Well, no.
That's
Technically, the demo disc that came with my PlayStation was
Ripto's
Spyro
Rage.
1,
Okay.
but my full game was Ripto's Rage I first tried.
that's yeah, that's
Okay,
And-
Spyro.
that was a
yeah.
good choice.
I can easily say Ripto's Rage is the best.
Definitely. Yeah.
Agreed.
Nope.
I felt
Year of the
so
Dragon.
honored to get 100% in this game, to get the infinite flame and blast.
Oh yeah, Infinite Flame and Flying, yeah.
Technically, it wasn't actually
Can I
flying, just
just
only the
say-
infinite power to flame. That was the best thing
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
As
you're
much
right.
as I love all the Spyro, fuck Moneybags. Hate that guy.
Even though
Hey.
you could cosplay as him.
Even though funny,
By the way, sorry, Year of the Dragons better fight me. You could
But-
literally cosplay as
it's funny you
Moneybags.
actually say those, Sam, since if you remember correctly, at the end of Year of the Dragon, you can actually technically
Whoop the
give.
shit out of Moneybags.
Yes!
Give me my gems back, bitch.
And another good. A
We
fun
need to
little.
cosplay as him. We need to get one of those fucking styrofoam fucking lizard things and dress it up as him. And you need to run around and fucking cosplay all made it look like he's chasing after you.
Sam,
Do it!
Sam, cut back on the sugar. Cut back on the caffeine.
No.
Also,
Decaf.
I got another comment. Someone just talked about water.
Whoa, I love
Arms,
it.
yeah, good
We
game.
talked about it before.
And also this game called Legend of Dragoon.
Oh!
That actually just put that on the PS5 here recently, or
Right.
and 4.
That-
But it's pretty much Power Rangers in the Final Fantasy universe. I'm fucking done. But go.
Now, I do love my fighting games, especially Street Fighter. This one I tried out on a random whim, even though I knew nothing about at the time, and I love the game to death now. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh, man.
And obviously, I did get the HD version when it came out.
Man.
I respect that.
Alright.
And because I love the arcade version so much at the time, and I still do to this day, I was glad when this got ported to consoles. Gauntlet frickin' Legends.
Big titties!
Wait.
You know, I don't believe you, Chris. I think you're lying all the way through your teeth right
Man.
now.
I think I just
It's
heard
But
no
how-
Dark Legacy, but
However, though,
Kelly, this is
Gun-
the, this
well,
is
yes.
the game that we were talking about where you were like, isn't this the chick,
Yeah,
the
they
chick
thought it
with
was
the big
tasteless too.
titties?
Don't worry about it.
Warriors, yeah.
now I will admit, Gauntlet Dark Legacy is superior because it's the 1.5 of the game.
Say it
But
one
at
more
the time,
you end up summoning Rick.
and this was still good. And this game did get put on also N64 and Sega Dreamcast.
PlayStation was a superior
Now,
version.
in order from easiest to hardest editions, I'm going this one on record. PlayStation is the easiest, N64 is the medium, Dreamcast is the hardest. Since that one plays close to the arcade as possible. And another reason why it's so hard, you can't buy your health back. You have to willingly play through the one particular stage over and over and over again until you're back to full health. It's the only
Alright.
way you can do it.
And with that point, Cena.
Oh, okay. It's my turn now?
It is. The
Oh, okay.
hammer has spoken.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yep.
I have nothing.
Really?
Yeah, because I have never played PS1 in my life. I have never owned a PS1 ever in my entire life, nor have I ever played a PS1 game once.
I am waiting
that-
for him to say psych.
That's
Nope,
actually
nope.
kind of impressive.
I have never in my life,
Never,
ever play a PS1.
Do I call your bullshit out now or later? Because
Yeah,
I
I'm-
literally borrowed
I'm-
a huge fucking thing of PS1 games from your house multiple
I'm
times.
Oh, yeah,
declaring
you see-
shenanigans. I am
No.
declaring
Oh no,
shenanigans.
you see, I bought those the day before you came to borrow them and shit.
You are such a fucking liar. We were still in high school, you sack of shit. What job did you have?
Time travel. I had to keep the timeline sane. Okay,
Fail
no.
horrendously.
Somebody on my comments said, somebody get this man some culture.
No, okay. No, in all honesty, when I was a kid, my first video game console, my first video game anything, even before the SNES, even before fucking Sega and all that stuff, was PS1. My very first video game, I played this before fucking Monopoly, was Final Fantasy VII. And that is why that'll forever be a top 10 in my list of games.
And that's
That is very fair.
That's fair.
You have Uno.
They always say you never forget your first.
It's true.
Yeah, no, like honestly, like 7 is what opened my eyes to the world of games. Given, of course, I did already own the SNES, I owned the NES, I owned all of that shit. Again, Dad, computer company and stuff, a lot of that shit was also hacked or ported over the PC one way or another. God, I miss my dad. Okay, anyways.
I think he'd be proud of you, dude.
Same.
You would.
Really?
I don't know. I take care of my mom. I don't have a job. I'm a loser. I haven't been to school yet in like 10 fucking
But we
years.
still love you.
Well, you gotta do this
Dude,
utopia
to me,
thing where
that's
you're
not
switching
losing
things.
material.
I'm a loser!
I like what Sam said better.
And also, the F's in the checks for the PlayStation Underground.
Oh.
You had to say you had
Okay.
to.
Nah, like honestly, for this console war, PlayStation gets my vote. I'm fucking saying that.
I'll
now.
give you that.
Yeah.
But like, while I do love the SNES, while I do love the N64, while I do love, okay, in all honesty, I don't give two shits about the Saturn outside Rayman. Okay.
Hey, I'll give you that one.
Yeah. No, like PS1 is always gonna be like probably one of my favorite things ever. I love the entire PlayStation franchise.
Yes.
But PS1 is just like, even if the graphics look like shit today, I will forever play some of those games.
Right.
Metal Gear Solid,
Right.
you can never go wrong with. You can't go wrong with, as Grant said, the Chrono games. You can't go wrong with this and that. I need to remind myself of video games. Fucking, Medieval.
Yeah, I did say medieval.
Yeah.
Sir Daniel.
Yeah, the ports of Final Fantasies 1 through 6 onto the PS1, you can't go wrong with that.
Stuff, good
Final
stuff.
Fantasy 8, an underrated, beautiful gem that people are just dumb and can't appreciate.
Amazing soundtrack.
Oh yeah, great fucking
Possibly
soundtrack.
the best in the
Jesus,
series.
you love the series so much, as if you would name yourself after that.
No, motherfucker, I've thought about when I go to Japan, just getting the legal stuff to say I married Tifa, okay?
Of course
Saying
you
I
would.
married Renoa, Selfie, fucking all of them.
I was technically talking about your username for that one.
Oh yeah, that too. No, so fun fact, my username is My Final Fantasy. I was the first motherfucker in this world to have it. Fight me.
Fights me.
You can't prove that.
No, actually I can.
He actually can. It is in his fucking PSN account.
Yeah, I got it back on the PS3 days when usernames were finally starting to be a thing and everything.
Yeah.
And also, when you go through the internet and you look up users with My Final Fantasy, I'm number one.
Oh, you're number
But you
one.
would actually, are you serious? You would actually get the paperwork to let you marry Tifa?
Yeah.
Would you really sink to that level?
Yes,
Do
you
you
would.
have
I
any-
wouldn't be surprised
No,
with this guy.
honestly, if I never find a woman by the time I'm 45, yes.
Japanese men are at that point where they will literally marry an AI that actually has a conscience. Do you really want to judge him?
Conscience.
There was a
And
man.
no, I'll mention that later because we got to keep
Yeah,
this
we're,
going.
yeah, we're
We gotta
getting
keep this
really
going.
off track, guys. I think we should go back to this.
Okay, no, anyways, besides that. No, fuck, you can't go wrong with the Crash Bandicoot games. You can't go wrong with Spyro.
Damn right.
Yes, again, while Sam is the odd one out, Spyro 2 Ripper's Rage is the superior.
Definitely.
The plus side I will give Year of the Dragon is, as Chris said, being the fuck out moneybags.
True.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
You mean me?
Time out, Chris. The screw fell out of my mic stand.
Oops.
No.
Oh no.
What the heck?
Let me take that with Grant. It's his
That's
swing
mine.
set.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Screw you.
Yeah, I'm not the owner of that shit.
Grant, the screw fell out of my mic stand.
Don't worry about it for now.
We'll find it just as long as Lupin did.
Well, I've got the screw. I don't know where the retaining bolt
We'll-
is.
we'll-
Guys, place on the table
Well,
for now.
don't
It's
worry
not
about it for now.
necessary.
And welcome back to You Break It, We Fix It.
Yeah. Anyways, rest
So, got a comment here. So, what's the Threads of Fate?
I never played that one, but it's an RPG I know.
Okay.
And it's a Squaresoft
Unfamiliar.
game.
I have very, very vague memories. That's all I'm going to say for that. No, Legend of Dragoon, though, that was some shit of mine back in the day. I loved that game. fucking, I disagree that it's Power Rangers meets Final Fantasy. It is nothing like that.
I didn't say meets Final Fantasy.
It's...
Well, however it was worded, we just let it go. Move on.
Yeah, even so,
Whatever
just-
it was, he said he disagrees with you.
Legend of Dragoon, amazing game. If that got an HD remake from the ground up, oh, I'd pay for that. I would
You
pay
can
for
only
that.
hope.
Yeah, no, I would pay for that. Fucking Resident Evils 1 through 3.
Mm.
Oh, good times.
Silent Hill.
Good fucking time.
Okay.
I will talk about that.
Actually, I got a quick story.
I'm glad I started playing Resident Evil last year when I had a chance.
At the show
From
of
the
hands,
beginning.
the first time you played Resident Evil, who didn't turn off their game when they saw the zombie?
Oh, you mean this?
I didn't turn it off.
I did.
Did not turn off their game.
I didn't.
Well, then again, I started late into
Yeah, like as
the
soon as,
series.
as soon as I saw that freaking zombie turn around, nope, turn off that big ass
So I actually never played any of the Resident Evil games. So.
I did, but I never owned them because I was never allowed to.
And
Wow, thank God. Finally, I met somebody that had an overly protective mom other than mine.
yeah, the last game,
Sort of, kind of.
Yo!
Thank you.
the last game I'm gonna mention from PS1, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories.
Hallelujah, brother.
Yeah, oh, that was a good fucking game. And Sam,
Okay, hold on a second.
holding.
I am putting this on a recording for a friend because he will actually play a huge part in this. For those of you, can say hello to Adrian or Titfucker.
Adrian.
Hello.
Okay, so so literally PS1. I didn't have one, but my cousins and I had like 3 different cousins that had it. So whenever I went to her house, it would be like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro 3 is better. You can fucking fight me, but you can't because you're a basic bitch. Anyway, literally, it was those that literally rocked the PlayStation to the best of my recollection. I didn't really play Resident Evil growing up, but when I finally grew a pair and finally sacked up and played Resident Evil 4, then I went back and played 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
My God! By the way, remake 3 is fucking good. Y'all need to stop being a bunch of basic ass bitches.
I'm I enjoyed it.
Well, first of all, by no means have I ever said this is a badger, but I'm finishing this argument.
It is irrelevant. It is a
No, I wasn't
counterpoint.
looking at you. I was looking at the camera.
Okay, I thought you were looking at me.
No, I'm
Yeah.
looking at
Yeah, he had his head up a little bit with that. I saw
okay,
it.
here-
Say, sometimes you-
which one?
But here's the thing. Top number 1 right here. I would have to give it to it. Symphony of the Night. I don't care what you have to say. It is good. Okay.
I didn't say shit.
You said did he or did he not say that that either he had no opinion or he just didn't give a shit?
Oh, I was making fun of him earlier.
Yes.
That was the joke.
Okay, then I retract
That's
that.
Yeah.
I retract that. But it was literally Symphony of the Night. It was because of that when I first met Adrian on PlayStation Home. For those that you remember, press F in the chat.
Yeah.
Rip.
Sadly, I never did anything with PlayStation Home.
Okay.
That's fine. No. We're not getting into that right now.
No, just one thing. It was great for watching movies. For watching movies that were in theaters, it was the first.
He's
thing.
making a dumb joke.
No, I'm not making a dumb joke. I'm just saying it was great for watching movies in theaters.
Very, very few movies.
There were very few. It had to be like usually Sony made.
Eh?
So anyway, just forget what he just said. Anyway,
I am.
Anyway, Symphony
tell you
Symphony of the Night. Adrian would literally talk to me about that and literally would be like, look, if you want to get into Castlevania, first thing you need to do is get into Symphony of the Night. So literally, I don't know if it was when I borrowed it from you. I don't think so. I know for a fact that I bought it on PSN for like $10 fucking. I fucking played it from start to finish. And let me tell you something. At first, I was like, this shit sucks. But then I went back to it and I was like, wow. And that one part that kept kicking my ass, all I had to do was get good.
Yeah.
So literally from start to finish, boom. And by the way, you're fucking wrong because it works every single time. You just gotta collect both of the rings, and then meet Maria at the clock at a very specific time.
Yep.
Then she gives you the glasses that can help you get to the B side of the castle.
Wait, what am I wrong about?
You said it didn't work all the time.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you said to initiate it, it didn't work all the time. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. I've literally done it every single time when I did a walkthrough.
I don't remember.
You might not, but I caught caught it and I held on to it.
You did say it wouldn't work every single time. You did say that.
Yeah, I noticed you said that too, but I never,
So I was literally holding
but I
on
never
to
played
that.
the game, so I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay, so, but like I
Don't
said,
worry.
I held on to it, and when you get the glasses and you can get to the beast side, that's when shit really kicks up, because it may be the same thing, but my god, the enemies will kick your ass. So
When I said it doesn't work every time, I think I meant like the actual design of the B side. Like as in like since you play the game upside down, some of the platforming doesn't necessarily work as well as it does right side.
I never had that issue.
Well, it's mostly like I said, like you depend on the battle for the actual like momentum. Like anyway, I'm kind of badgering, but I'm just trying to clarify.
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like when you said B-side never always worked, I was like, I literally in my head I was like, objection, Your Honor.
But yeah, anyway, so literally after Shaft, then you get to the actual good fight with Dracula, which holy fuck, first of all. Secondly, when I beat the game, and I told Adrian, yo, it was fucking amazing, and everything about it, I loved all of it, and he's like, oh, cool. So what ending did you get? I was like,
Yes.
what the fuck are you talking about? There's only one ending. He goes, no, there isn't. There's multiple endings. I'm like, no, there isn't. I only got the one good ending. And he goes, no, go to YouTube, look up 180% or higher, and then come tell me different. And I actually looked up. I was like,
Okay.
holy shit, you're right. And it was that day I learned not to fucking fact check Adrian when it comes to Castlevania.
Okay,
When it comes to me and Devil May Cry, it's him and Castlevania.
Alright. Oh, yes.
Alright, so I got another comment, and I'm actually curious, like, for you guys who's played Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What is the San Maria run?
The what Maria one?
Yeah, somebody was talking about the San Maria run, like...
Oh, I know what he's talking about. It was where you could actually play as Maria, but I think it was like it was the Japanese version that was regionalized.
Actually, yeah, it was on the Japanese Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
But also in the PSP version, which they ported to the PS4, there's a redone version of Maria.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, you could actually fight with animals. So it's kind of like you're fighting with V, only premature.
Yeah. in the PS4, PSP one, yeah. In the Saturn one, I actually played that a little bit. Yeah, it's actually more like a kung fu style.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And if you don't mind, because Symphony of the Night got mentioned, what is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. Enough talk. Have at you.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this
And you're
world.
done.
They just had to say it.
We tried.
Moving on.
Hey, you want? Hey, it was either I start at that part or I just go balls to wall to the end.
We should have just
Is
kept
it Russ's
going.
turn?
And Sam has finished his...
I think
It's
that was really it for me.
Alright.
Alright.
My turn. Yeah.
Batman, send us home.
Actually, really quick, I got one fun fact about the PlayStation.
Go on.
The year is 2015, and there's a news article about how they used the CPU from a PS1 for a space probe, and I fucking love it.
Of course.
Huh?
Yeah.
This is
We'll
the
look
first
that
time
up.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
look that up later.
back in 2015, there was an article. NASA took the CPU from PS1
Yep.
to power a space probe to Pluto.
Yeah, the New Horizons probe was actually the core of its computer was running off of a PS1 hard drive.
How about that?
God damn.
And this wasn't, by the way, from the 90s. No, like, they took an old, used
Okay.
PS1 and just put in a probe and sent to space around
Hold on.
2015.
I've got another comment. Somebody said if any of you remember a game, a couple of games, one of them's called Bloody Roar, and another
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm
I never played it, but I read
did.
magazines about that.
Oh, I did. I
I
played
remember
that
that
one
game.
several times. One of my favorites.
I remember.
That's
I
perfect
know.
for Ross to start out then.
Yeah, since you mentioned it. Well, Bloody Roar, a fun fighting game where you can transform into animals. Well, you got God of
Alter Beast.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, Alter Beast you had to work. No, Bloody Roar you could do it at will.
right.
But yeah, my favorite was the mole. The old man with the mole.
Alright, alright.
I want to talk about more, but he mentioned Twisted Metal 2. Shadow is my favorite in that one.
That's a good one too.
Old Man in the Hearse, hell yeah.
Freaking love the hearse.
Or
Yeah.
Hammerhead.
I had the two metal heads in the monster truck.
Yep.
They want to learn how to fly.
And well, they did all right.
I quote Douglas Adams. The ability to fly is not so difficult. It simply involves being able to throw oneself at the ground and miss.
Good thing these first class tickets are refundable.
Yes, Sam?
No, side note, none of us mentioned Tomb Raider.
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, never mind then. They are the only one then.
Wow.
Sorry,
I
I never played.
While I never played it myself, there was a fun thing you could do. I think it was in the second one when you were in Croft Manor. Stick the butler in the freezer.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, so you could actually, because it was the second one, right?
I believe it was the second one.
So basically, like your hub world was Croft Manor, and you had your little butler Winston constantly flying around. Think the creepy Dr. Watson kind of thing.
Yeah.
And at one point, you could walk in the walk-in freezer in Croft Manor, and he follows you like the faithful butler. And then you can walk right back out. He still follows you, and you shut the door on him, and you never see him again.
Actually, if you open it up, he will come out and stuff, and his face will change color because he was in the freezer.
Yep.
I fucking love that.
Wow, that's
ham.
That's harsh.
That's just horrible.
No, then there was also the fun joke.
Wait. This fucker just said that's horrible. I'm sorry, who the fuck are you and what you do with my best friends?
Because that sort of... no, I'm saying that's horrible because that should appear in every kind of game.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like dropping a penguin in Mario 64.
You monster.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a monster too for that.
So, what other bangers?
I mean, we talked about Warp. I took my time to get most of the relics. So to get the 5 secret levels.
Did you get any of the platinums?
Not in the original one. I got them in the reboot though. After getting the speed boots.
Yeah.
Because that's the only time it's worth actually trying to get them. Unless you know what you're doing. But anyway. Trick Battle, that. I mean, I had a lot of the family games since I was not allowed to get most of the good ones when I was growing up with that.
Now you have SmackDown?
SmackDown, yes, but I actually started playing WWE wrestling games before SmackDown because actually there was WWF Warzone.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then it was I think Attitude after that.
Yeah.
And then SmackDown started. So yeah, I was playing that, and WCW vs. the World was also on. There was a good WCW game. I think it was I think it was WCW vs. the World, where you could play a bunch of them. And I knew a fun code to get alcohol like everybody. Which you only knew for long because me and Gene would start talking as a chipmunk. That's how you know the code worked. It was basically me and Gene talking, but they sped up his voice. But, so, like we were talking about Soul Blade earlier, and he mentioned that, yeah, did it take skill to get that? Well, it did. I knew one that took even more skill to try and master in it. Bushido Blade.
Yes, good game.
So this is a game, this was a one-on-one fighter with swords, but as if you're actually fighting honorably. Because most people like to do overkill in those games. This game says, fuck you, you lose if you overkill. Because that was the whole point. But except for the guy with the gun, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And then, I had one that said that, but I lost my train of thought on it. I also played Crash Bash.
Ah, yes.
That's
a good fun little mini
I
game.
never played.
Think Mario Party, but with Crash Bandicoot.
I know that. I just never played it.
Or CTR.
Weren't you gonna break
Crash Team Racing, hell yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, I'm sorry, what was your question, Grant?
I said, weren't you gonna bring up Silent Hill?
That, but I've talked about it before.
That's true. You have
So-
actually.
On the horror game.
Okay, hang on.
Wait a second.
Let's give him a little. What's your greatest moment of Silent Hill? Let's at least, because it still ranks as a PS1. You gotta at least have something.
Yeah, that's not me mentioned.
If you haven't mentioned it before.
True.
If you have, do it again.
Realizing you could beat the final boss without actually firing a weapon.
It's true.
Yeah, you mentioned that
Because
before.
if you get to the final boss and you have zero ammo, absolute zero ammo, the boss kills itself. And that's how you get. That's one way you can get the good ending.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that. How does it kill itself?
Spoilers.
Got another
Don't
comment.
ask.
How old is this game? Shut the fuck
Wait,
up.
Quinn? What?
Yeah, got another comment.
And I have okay.
And somebody mentioned Rampage World Tour.
Great.
Ooh! Okay! Yes, that's a good one. Hey, whoa, wait. Which version of Rampage? It did come out on Saturn, PlayStation, and N64.
Yes.
PlayStation. Lizzie.
All the yes.
Lizzie and
All
Ralph.
yes.
Lizzie and Ralph.
Okay.
All the yes.
And then Now I just remember one.
Lizzie, Ralph, and George.
Yep.
You know what? I'll see that World Tour and I'll raise you to Universal
Universal
Tour.
Tour, yep.
Ooh.
And one
Basically the same
and
game.
one of the cities
Same-
we could go to in Rampage World Tour was Gary, Indiana.
Yes. Which is, you know,
I know Toledo, Ohio.
as if Gary, Indiana doesn't suffer enough.
It deserves it though. It's Gary.
Which is it's basically just East Chicago.
Even though but anyway. Then I remember one game, Ready to Rumble Boxing. Let's get ready to rumble.
Ooh.
What?
I prefer the Dreamcast version.
Fair enough.
Dreamcast version was better.
But still, Ready to Rumble Boxing. So fun.
Yeah.
Jet Chin, Furious Phosmotar,
Boris
And
the
then-
Bear Nakimov, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Afro freaking Thunder.
Afro Goddamn Thunder, Angel Raging Rivera.
Mm-hmm.
That
Stunning
hair.
Strike.
Yeah. Like, the only guy, another fighting type game character whose hair could rival that of Captain William H. Guile. Angel Raging Rivera.
I can say that, sir. I can say that, sir.
And then, playing with game shots on
But
PlayStation.
that's
Yeah.
Mind if we talk about the Dreamcast?
We'd rather say that for a different
yeah.
subject. honestly.
On the next console war,
We will discuss the Dreamcast when
In
we get to Console War Part 3.
Yes, which
Yeah,
that
which-
will happen.
That one's gonna
That's
consume
coming.
not only the
Console War number
Dreamcast,
3.
but GameCube, PS2, and Xbox.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
The last great console of Sega.
Ross, any last final words here?
Send us out, Fat Man.
There you go.
Okay, Barney.
Okay, so I'm gonna fucking end this then because Ross can't end properly.
Wait. I can do it properly.
Oh, no, I'm question wise. I mean,
Okay.
So for this console war, you already know my vote. PlayStation wins this.
Yeah.
Chris, what's your vote between the Saturn, the N64, and PS1?
This one I may have to actually go PlayStation. As much as I was a Nintendo guy back in the day, I do have to agree that PlayStation was actually a little bit more superior.
All right, Grant, what about you?
I'm in the same boat as Chris. I played way more N64. Obviously, some of my favorite games are on the N64, but the PS1 just had so many classic after classic.
All right.
I'm just going to have to give it to that.
All right, Kelly?
See, I'm on the other side. I think I'm gonna have to go N64 on this one. Some of my best memories of childhood come from N64 marathon sessions.
All right.
Throw your mic over to Q. Q, what about you?
I'm actually going to say PlayStation because I grew up with PlayStation games.
That's
and,
fine.
For the variety they have, even the involvement of like how rich of most of the games were at the time. You know, it was like one big jump ahead of the Nintendo 64, where otherwise they would. N64 was more of a party system.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you bring in friends where, the PS1 literally was bringing, like, content.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
The disc
All right.
held a lot more
And,
data for
All right,
sure.
Ross, what's your vote?
PlayStation,
Wait, Ross is voting Saturn? Man, what a freak!
Man, the one Saturn got.
Shut the hell up.
All right.
Nice.
Hey, forget Fat Man. He's just Gas Man.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm your neighborhood.
Wait, you call me the gas man, you're the one who ripped ass earlier.
I may have ripped ass once. Out of how many times he had the fucking answer non-professionally, might I add?
That's fair. Okay, Sam, so your vote.
So, like, the majority of my life I've been PlayStation, but as a kid, I just have to give it to the N64. Especially when you're trying to be an 8-year-old little boy that's just trying to run away from spiders because all he wants to do is just save the world. I don't want to have this fucking Satan's butthole alien freak coming at you.
Alright, and on that note, we will see you all next time on
God
Games in
damn
the
it.
Basement.
Oh,
We
shit.
welcome
What's that
up.
voice?
Yes.
Guys, I hear an old lady right now breathing.
Is that's not I think it. That's not Granny,
That's
is it?
not a good sign.
It's either Granny or Jizz, that's all I know.
And I don't want to stick around to find out.
Are they battling?
Will someone just give me some pills and kill those women already?
I'm gonna need a
You've
couple
already
of
tried several times. I still keep coming back to piece of shit.
Guys, run!
I'm out
Here!
I got the hell